What's good? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. All things in the building. What's going on, man? David Howard in the building. What's good? Hunter Young. Hell, we say I have a hell of a logical conspiracy about Shakur, Roach, Tio, and Tank. Oh, I would love to hear it, man. Hunter Young, I would love to hear it. What's going on to my guy, Contrell LeGrew in the building, Lewis Shipman in the building, Daniel Gallimore, what's going on? DeGreg's Boxing Network, what's going on, man? Marcus Bridges in the building. Ricky Williams, what's up? Denali Smith, good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Nuke the Duke, what's going on, man? All right, wait for some cats to come on in the building. Teofimo Lopez getting swerved by Teofimo. Is Shakur Stevenson getting swerved by Teofimo Lopez? But we are going to go through, man. He said, nah, she just sent some straight shit with Claressa. Oh, my God. Laila was so classy how she handled a Bud Buddy. Laila is finer than a motherfucker. Look, man. Look, we're going to react to that, bro. That was some fucking fire shit, bro. That was some fire. Yes, it was. She lit that shit up, lit it up.
There has been a whole lot of talk about the pot.
Man, let me tell you, man, this girl in this shit right here, she lit her up, man. Lit her up. Yeah. Wait for y'all to come on. I'm on time today, man. She played the victim. She played the victim. She did it well, though. She did it well, though. She played it well, Kentrell. She played the hell out that victim. She said, damn, she fine. Yeah, she real easy on the eyes, dog. She's definitely really, really easy on the eyes, man. Hey, Fernando, I thought David Benavidez' fight was going to be free. Yeah, man. You know, they switched up. They switched it up. Dre Official in the building. What's going on, Dre Official? How you feeling, man? Good morning. Still got my coffee going, even though I had an early morning. Anyway, wait till like 100 people come on in here, man. But, man, we're going to go over this. I saw this. That was incredible, man. What an incredible piece of work, bro. You say, yeah, I ain't subscribing to Zone to watch it, unfortunately. Man, wait, Fanon, did they go through with the Alalshiek? The California State Athletic Commission agreed to the California State Athletic Commission agreed to endorse the Muhammad Ali Revival Act. That's the California State Athletic Commission, which is one of the biggest athletic commissions in the country, has backed the Muhammad Ali Revival Act. Yep, that's what my understanding is. It was unanimous. They were going to do it because they're a political body. But, you know, like I said, they're not going to repeal it. They're just trying to set themselves up a situation where they can have a nice little, in my personal opinion, I would refer to it as a slave camp. You know what I mean? I would refer to it as a slave camp. That's what it sounds like to me. Like they got a little plantation. They're going to have a boxing plantation called TKO Boxing. And there's going to be young boxers, and it's going to be young boxers that are going to be on there that ain't going to be making any money. But hey, all the money that's earned from the shows will go to paying the doctors and the insurance companies and everybody else. And the fighters are going to get less directly to their pocket. And you know that the insurance is going to be very, very high. And that insurance agent that sells it is going to make a lot of money. So you know what it is, man. You know what it is. It's one of these situations, man, where the economy is what the economy is. We live in a capitalistic world, and your ass is about to get capitalized on. But yeah, Marcus Bridges, it absolutely positively was supposed to. Hold on one second. Let me change the title of this shit. Give me 1 second. Ooh. Hold on 1 second. There you go. Oh. Sorry. All right. All right, that's what I wanted to do. Salute. Laila gave Claressa the business. Yeah, man, we'll react to it in a second. Claressa is jealous of light-skinned women. Hey, can I tell you that does exist for women? Without a doubt. Women that look, first of all, it's something that women get, pretty women get. Doesn't necessarily mean, I think you do get it if you're light-skinned, period. You get it if you're pretty generally. And I think to a certain extent, even light-skinned women that ain't that pretty still get it because of that. Yeah, there's definitely that shit that goes on. But what I saw in this was I really just saw her make her look, very, very petty and jealous. You know what I mean? Facts, especially in New Orleans. Yeah. You definitely see that shit in New Orleans because that's why they click up like that that's why people click up like that in New Orleans. You know what I mean? Yeah, if them chicks in New Orleans be bad as shit though. You know what I mean? They be bad as shit. Dudes be treating them rough though. Them New Orleans Negroes be rough. Them Creole niggas be rough. They rough on them women, man. They rough on them women down there, dog. Really rough on them women. But anyway, man, like I said, man, we gonna go through this because I knew people wanted to talk about it, man. Watch how she does her so dirty, bro.
Of me making a comeback to boxing. And people have had a lot to say, but I have not addressed it until now. And I know everyone wants to know the answer to the question, will I be coming back? And I promise you, I'm going to give you that answer. But first, I have got to address the lies and the fake narrative that's been created years ago. Now, someone's gotten way too comfortable dragging my name and even using my father's name to get attention and clout. Now, in case you...
Hey, say, facts. Yeah, they running them packs. I told you they running. I'm going to wait for some cats to come on in. But yeah, man, Turki Alalshiek baited and switched. They based and switched. What's up, Troy? Yeah, I got to wait for cats to come on in the building, man. Friday morning, man. Friday morning. What up, Troy Hutch? How you feeling today, sir? What's good with you, man? What's good with you? Hope. Oh, let me tell you what I did see, though. Oh, my God. Hey, I also saw the Exodus files. Shout out to the dude from the Exodus files. Hey, Nuke the Duke, you like Laila, huh? You like Laila, huh? Laila, easy on the eyes, man. I saw Laila one time. I was like 30 feet from Laila one time, man. First of all, Laila Ali is a big-ass woman, okay? Let me tell you that for sure. That's a big-ass woman. I saw her in the early 2000s. That's a big-ass woman. That woman got some hands on her, dog. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Dog, I don't know what you talking about, bro. I don't know what you talking about, dog. This ain't Blue Blood. Shout out to Blue Blood, but I ain't him. You can go on over to his channel, bro. I thought I got rid of this. Thought I did that. Wow. I did. All right, no. There goes the comment, man. Come on, man. I'm not trying to have no beef with nobody. Please don't start nothing. Fanon, is it for TKO boxing or boxing all around the Alalshiek day passing? It is basically it's for TKO only because there's a bunch of requirements that they built into the act basically you have to have your own facility. You have to have your own training facility. You have to have your own insurance for the training in the training facility, insurance for the fighters during training. There's a lot of different stuff that makes it very prohibitive for people that do not have a billion-dollar company behind them. So pretty much, man, that's what it is, man. You know what I mean? Troy had said, blessed, glad to be watching another show this morning. Hey, man, that's what's up, man. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Oh, you said I'm 6'5", we make a LeBron. Yeah, you get your ass somebody about 6'7". She's a good 5'11". She's a good 5'11". She about 5'11". I don't know, man. I mean, she's pretty, but I don't find her attractive for odd reasons. And she's not anybody that I personally find attractive, but I know perfectly well a whole lot of other people would be very attracted to her. Did you see Danny Garcia talk about it? Talk about what? Oh yeah, he did. He said basically, yeah, there's a fight. The Ali Act. You need to have basically, if you're not with TKO, then you're still going to be fighting under, and you're fighting for the sanctioning bodies. Basically, you're still going to be, the Ali Act is still going to be applicable to you. But, you know, there's going to be a bunch of young fighters and up and coming fighters that go over to TKO and fight over in their system, man. They're going to televise the fights if they get it, if they pass it. But again, they're not trying to repeal the act. They're just trying to carve out an exception to the act that will allow them to do the things which the Ali Act says not to be able to do. Because you better believe they're going to be acting as the manager and the promoter at the same time. So, yeah, I did hear Danny Garcia talk about the necessity of the firewall that was mandated by the Muhammad Ali Reform Act. Okay, makes sense. Thanks for clearing that up. Yeah, no problem. No problem. You know, it's an interesting thing, man. But like I said, they got turned down for they were turned down for without a doubt for trying to overturn the act. They're trying to pass something else that allows them to basically go around and bypass what's going on, man. You know? Yeah, that's kind of where it is, man. That's kind of where it is. Man, we kind of thin this morning, huh? Had Shakur Stevenson in the title, man. Had Shakur. What up, DeWillie? Thomas in the building. How you feeling, sir? Hope you well. Hope you well. Hope you well. Man. Wow. What's up, YouTube? Tripping today, man. I should already have 100 people in here by now. I guess it's the ads. These ads be playing, man. That's what's important, man. And that's probably what happened. What's going on, Alan Johnson? How you feeling this morning? I'm just waiting for 100 people to come in so we can jump on, see some familiar people in the chat. Then we can get on this conversation. I'm going to put a link in the chat if anybody want to ask some questions in a little bit of time. But I want to go over what this stuff is because did you see the top rank card? What top rank card? No, I did not, Rob B. I did not see the top rank card. What top rank card? When's Top Rank putting out a fight card? Where's Top Rank putting a fight card? Or where are they having a fight card? Because last time I understood, they don't have a network deal yet, or at least they have not announced their network deal yet. It's November 15th. Hold on one second. Oh, you're saying the Rafael Espinoza and Arnold Chiagi Featherweight World Championship set for November 15th in San Luis Posta, Mexico? Oh my God. Okay, this is up. Rafael Espinoza, El Divino. You talking about that card? No, that's the first I heard of that card, man. I didn't know about that. I didn't know anything about that. It's just one of them days. I didn't get a notification either. I had to remember. Yeah, we'll just wait for people to get on, man. YouTube it's very congested in the world. It's very congested, but we'll wait. You people usually start coming on about a half hour from now. CP time. That's my fault because I moved my fucking start date around so much. Man, they had that fight in Mexico. They announced the card. I don't know. It doesn't see that they announced who televised it. Look, see if they have that down there. I don't see where it says anything. It doesn't say where it's televised. It may just be having a card and the card not be televised. Could be. You know what I mean? What's up, man? What's going on? Everything healthy? How you feeling, man? Excuse me. California Commission is clearly in Zufta Boxing's corner. Yeah, without a doubt, man. That's pretty what they're doing is crazy, man. But look, man, I'm telling you right now, as far as all that Zufta Boxing and all that stuff goes, I'm telling you right now, bro, I'm not fighting that shit, man. Hey, Troy said you have the best boxing live stream, hands down for now, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm trying. You know what I mean? It's just kind of slow. Boxing's in a transition, but man, I really appreciate being able to talk to you guys every day. I do want to go react to this stuff. I just hope people come in because I don't want to have to go back and back up. You know what I mean? But anyway, let me pull this off here for a second. I want to be, these other channels went live this morning. I mean, I don't care. It's fine. That's whatever. Anyway, here, let's go.
The story is that I didn't support her and I didn't pass the torch because of my jealousy and envy over her accomplishments in boxing. She says that I disrespected her and I started talking about knocking her out simply because I was bitter that she's outdone me. I've seen a lot of the comments. Many of you have good discernment and understand what's really going on here, while others have believed her lies over the years or have formed an opinion without having all the facts. Now, originally, I wasn't even going to give this my time or attention because I really don't engage with people who thrive off of negativity, drama, and buffoonery. But I'm not about to let someone with bad character continue running freely, dragging my name without accountability.
That's not going to happen.
Come on now, listen. Laila Ali is just Muhammad Ali's daughter. And
no, come on, we ain't gonna do that.
No, that is right.
Come on, Laila can rumble though.
And Wolf would have knocked Laila Ali out. You know, she would have knocked Laila so pretty ass out.
So this right here,
that's savage. Oh, you gotta go, bro. Thanks. Hey, free me. I'm gonna free your ass. Thank you, bro. I just checked, bro. Why you want to lie and start shit? So you're banned, bro. Thank you for letting me know you're somebody to ban, dog. Not somebody that's gonna have a serious conversation, bro. Come on, man. Ain't no need to be telling stories, bro. See you later, bro. See you later, bro. See you later. Man, yeah, Laila looks, she's a very pretty lady. I got a pretty mama.
Which is why I'm just now saying something. But honey, I have made the time to address this. So today, the bad guy ain't getting away.
Hey man, I like that.
Now let's hit rewind because we really need to see what's happened over the years, what got us here. Now I'm not about to do the whole he say, she say thing, so let me show you some receipts. I first met her in 2012 when she was invited on stage to stand next to me when I gave my father his Liberty Medal. At some point, she reached out, started asking me for advice, wanted to know if she should go to the Olympics a second time or go pro. She would also call me and let me know when she was fighting. Now at the time, I was one of the hosts of We Need to Talk, an all-female sports commentary show that still airs on CBS. I asked the producers if we could do a story on her. They agreed. So I got on a plane, flew to Colorado, and did a full sit-down interview with her. Now this is just a shortened version of the 6-minute piece that aired on CBS in 2016.
I remember this. Hey, Laila wearing that. Hey, Nuke, come on, man. That's crazy.
21-year-old Claressa Shields is as confident as her right hand is powerful. Soon, Claressa will be heading to Rio for the Olympics to try and do something that has never been done before. I sat down to talk with her about changing history and being a positive spark for her hometown. You should have heard the story by now. The one about a kid from Flint, Michigan, who has gone toe-to-toe with adversity and stands undefeated.
But I'll always go back to Flint and help.
I know that when I was fighting with any of my...
This is not necessarily the section. I'll wait for a little while. That's not necessarily the section. But dude, this thing that she talks about, and I want to go over, because we got 127 people in the building now. So I can go into what I wanted to go into. Hey, Dre's official, thank you for joining the channel, man. Thank you for being a channel member. Shout out to Dre's official as a YouTube channel member, man. Appreciate you, man. She's about to describe what is like an orchestrated and planned attempt by Claressa Shields to build her brand on the back of Laila Ali, and how she basically is creating a fake beef that didn't exist by accusing Laila Ali of having been of Laila Ali basically of trying to clout chase and be jealous of Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields in this interview, like when you listen to this whole thing, to me, Claressa Shields comes across as if she is just like infected with that Bud Buddy stuff, where she's just motivated by negativity and she's always looking to contort some shit into some negativity, man. And I mean, it really comes off in this piece that Laila Ali did. I mean, it's a really interesting take, man. Makes sense because Claressa really has no one else to fight. Yeah, she has nobody else to fight, but look what else happens. She's doing the same thing Floyd Mayweather did to Ali. Man, Floyd Mayweather Jr. completely stole Muhammad Ali's personality, bro. Like, seriously. In this piece where she calls Laila Ali a generic knockoff, bro, that's what fucking Floyd is to Muhammad Ali. Fame Sator. He's a knockout. He's a knockoff, is what he is. He's a knockoff. He's a generic knockoff of Muhammad Ali, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. And then you have TBE, the best ever. I'm telling you, man, it's like they pattern themselves off of somebody, but at the same time claim that they're the next that person. And it's not coincidental that everybody in that camp around Terrence Crawford has that screwed up attitude where they've got it's them against the world, you know? It's she hates me, she hating on me, they hating on me, but that's all right. I'm gonna get you. You know what I mean? Like they're gassing themselves up because they are loud, it's like, yeah, they use it as their own motivation. Like there's a self-starting engine. They start the bullshit themselves by acting like these other people are out to get them. It's amazing. Now, I'm not going to say that Laila Ali didn't look like she's playing the victim a little bit in this particular thing, because Laila Ali does talk shit, you know? But at the same time, they both get asked these questions. I just think that the way that these fighters are growing their names in the internet era is just really kind of a ganky way really just a ganky way to go about it, man. Troy Hutch said Floyd could 100-0 and make $1 trillion, and he will never mean what Muhammad Ali means to boxing or sports in general. Definitely the real GOAT. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. What's up, Phoenix? Nah, they really hated Floyd because he wouldn't lose and kept making money. No, I'm not saying they hated Floyd because Floyd said anything about Ali. And I'm not saying that people didn't really hate Floyd. People do hate Floyd. But don't get it twisted. Floyd started some bullshit. Dog, he starts bullshit about Ali all the time, man. Not crediting Ali. Look who Ali lost to. Ali lost to this 8-0 guy. I would never lose to an 8-0 guy, man. Come on, man. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is jealous as shit of Muhammad Ali. Pure jealousy out of Floyd Mayweather, man. Because Ali ain't never said nothing bad about Floyd Mayweather. Never. You know what? The fact of the matter is, there's probably nothing on record of Muhammad Ali ever saying anything about Floyd Mayweather at all that I've ever heard. So he for sure be doing some self-generated nonsense talking about Ali. Yeah, man, Floyd is jealous of Tank too. Look, into a certain extent, if you have the biggest ego in the world and you think that you're the greatest thing ever, then anybody is going to offend you that has any type of confidence in themselves. You know what I mean? You're going to irritate their sense of superiority, is what I'll say. You know? Facts. Laila ain't playing the victim. She simply put things into context. It reflects the same dark energy Claressa's reflecting now on social media every day, which is the perfect reason, Claressa. I mean, it really is, man. I mean, it really is. And it's why you're just doing damage to other people when you put that much heat on it. You know? Ali's career dwarfs Floyd. There's no listing Frazier or Foreman on Floyd's resume. Now, I mean, it really dwarfs him because Floyd is a little dude. The fact of the matter is, if you walk Floyd will probably whoop you. And I'm not saying by any means that I think I can beat Floyd Mayweather Jr. in a fight. I don't believe I can beat Floyd Mayweather Jr. in a fight. I don't. At the same time, bro, you walk by him, bro, it's not an intimidating circumstance just looking at the guy. Usually when guys are bigger, like it's the heavyweights that really are the ones that is like really get people feeling like, yeah, like, oh man, he's an intimidating guy. It's a big difference between looking at Lennox Lewis and looking at Floyd Mayweather. And I think that's why the number one reason that the heavyweight division is always been like, is always so on top, man. You know what I mean? Laila just as pretty as Claressa with the part one, just as petty. Oh, hell yeah. Look. This is petty as shit. It's right here.
Struggles that I had to overcome, or anything that I was upset about, whether it be something personal or something going on in the world, I would use that anger, and take it into the ring with me and channel that energy into the ring. Have you ever done that?
I did that a lot. I was going through stuff back at home, but I would have a boxing match, and I would take out everything I was going through on the girl, and that kind of helped me, because after I boxed, that was my ultimate high, and I felt like my life was perfect for at least 2 weeks. So
Claressa's father, a former underground fighter, was passionate.
I mean, she on TV. She's on TV. Okay, she can be fake.
About boxing.
He went on to tell me that Muhammad Ali, his daughter, Laila, took after him. And he's like, and my dad, he says it to this day, Layla's a bad girl. He says all the time. He said, nobody in our family took up boxing. I thought when he told me that, he was telling me to take after him.
Claressa.
I couldn't answer that question, bro. How big is the gap between Bill and Brian coaching? The gap between him and we're gonna get to this shit. The stuff, because this is what she's doing. She's laying the foundation. I don't think this is petty. Laila been quiet enough. She put Claressa Charlo on blast. Claressa is a fraud, jealous of everybody. Claressa looking bad up in this motherfucker. And this ain't, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for cussing. Floyd lost 3 fights. He's not undefeated. How you say lost Floyd fight? Floyd didn't lose 3 fights. Look, man, I don't co-sign Floyd Mayweather Jr. hate. Never. Never do I do that. Never do I do that. Never do that. So basically, I ain't trying to hear all of that. She basically goes through this, proven in this fact, proven here. God damn, she sees me language.
I was genuinely rooting for her. I gave her praise. I gave her a spotlight. When she asked for advice, I gave her valuable branding advice and boxing advice so she could have long-term success in and outside of the ring. I told her about the challenges that I faced fighting at 168, where there was limited competition, and I suggested that if she decided to turn pro, she should consider going down in weight somewhere around 148, where she would have more competitive challenges. I told her she should hire a nutritionist, trim off that excess body fat, and get into elite.
Now that's petty as shit right there. That is petty, 2 Cent. She didn't have to show that picture. Now, I agree right there, dog. She didn't have to show that picture, bro. She didn't have to, hey, man, but it ain't nothing, ain't nothing to throw up out of there. You know what I mean? Hey, something to hold on to. Hey, look, can we not have a fine bias? Hold on 1 second. We don't need a beauty bias in this conversation. Says she cooked Claressa, but I see through it. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, see, you know what I'm saying? That's a low blow right there.
Shape. I pointed her in the right direction, and I had high hopes for her. Whether she decided to turn pro or not, I felt like her future was bright if she played her cards right. But of course, at the time, I was not aware of her divisive, vindictive, and malicious nature.
Now look, 2 Cent, that is not faking. That is her. She just been in front of a camera a lot. Look at this shit right here. This is some catfight shit right here, dog. That's some catfight shit right here. I like it. I love it.
She should consider going down in weight somewhere around 148, where she would have more competitive challenges. I told her she should hire a nutritionist, trim off that excess body fat, and get into elite next level shape. I pointed her in the right direction, and I had high hopes for her. Whether she decided to turn pro or not, I felt like her future was bright if she played her cards right. But of course, at the time, I was not aware of her divisive, vindictive, and malicious nature. And I know there's...
Hold on. vindictive. I'm gonna write these words down. I got a book. I want to ask you guys something real fast. I want to put 2 and 2 together on something. Give me a second. I want to put 2 and 2 together on something. Please tell me she did not just say what word?
Where there was limited competition, and I suggested that if she decided to turn pro, she should consider going down in weight somewhere around 148, where she would have more competitive challenges. I told her she should hire a nutritionist, trim off that excess body fat, and get into elite next level shape. I pointed her in the right direction, and I had high hopes for her. Whether she decided to turn pro or not, I felt like her future was bright if she played her cards right. But of course, at the time, I was not aware of her divisive, vindictive, and malicious nature. And I know those are strong words, but they actually fit. This girl has created a pattern.
Divisive, divisive, vindictive, malicious nature. Okay, quiz. The 3 words she used was divisive, vindictive, and malicious. Please tell me somebody in boxing that those words describe to a T. Who does that describe? Who does that describe? Divisive, vindictive, and malicious. What person? Bill fucking ding, 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 ding. Bill Haney, bro. Going back to Deem's point, Bill Haney, Bud, yeah. Divisive, vindictive, and malicious Bill fucking Haney. Divisive, vindictive, malicious nature. Bro, that's the damn Haneys, bro. That describes them. God, it describes them to the T. As soon as I heard her say that shit, I was like, no, man, look, it's the same playbook. Divisive, they always trying to separate somebody and make them argue. Vindictive, if you don't do something like that, they're going to be petty and attack you. And malicious, meaning you ill will. The intentions are negative and meaning to harm you. Bro, that is the disease that is infecting boxing right now. I swear she described what is the entire nature, half the nature of boxing right now is purely divisive, vindictive, and malicious nature. And it's the nature of these people to be that way, bro. God, Bill Cool with the crew, I'm telling you. That shit is so consistent. Trill 40 mil Bill. Man, bro, I just want to say real quick. A Phoenix Assassin said, if you run into an asshole every morning, you run into an asshole. If you run into assholes all day, you're the asshole. Claressa runs into a lot of them. Oh, man. Yeah, I got to stop. That's kind of true for me. I got to stop being a jackass and jerk to people. Phoenix the Assassin says, nah, they cook Claressa for being in that ESPN body issue where they Photoshop B-Hop's head onto her body. Man, let me tell you something, man. The most savage shit she did is at the end of this. The most savage shit she did, man, it was savage, bro. Savagery. But we still gonna wait for Cass to come on in. I know I be doing CP time, be showing up at 8:30 some mornings. So I gotta wait for Cass to come in. So I'm gonna wait, and we're gonna keep going. Bro, this shit was hilarious. At the end, when she throws in the colorism shit. Look, man, y'all gotta stop hating on people that are better looking than you. All right? You can be smarter than they. You can be a better fighter than them. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense to me to hate on somebody that's better looking than you. Everybody has a bunch of people that are better looking than them. Now, you know, Claressa, she said it. She got a little, is she petty? Hell yeah. Look, she's petty as hell. But that don't mean she's wrong. She's petty. She is petty. She is petty. I can't lie and say she ain't petty. That's petty. But you can't go saying she ain't nothing now. You know what I mean? She ain't. But look, man, look. Let me argue on the behalf of Laila Ali for a second. Laila Ali is literally Muhammad Ali's daughter. So for her to say what her father would and would not do, and what her father would want and would not want, dog, that's out of pocket. I can't imagine like what it would be like to have somebody tell me what my father would think of me when they don't even know the dude. You know what I mean? Like who? And then she documents Claressa Shields doing it, saying all she is Muhammad Ali's daughter. Like that's all she is. Like, man, come on, man. And you over here beforehand talking about how you looked up to her and all of that stuff. But now you don't. Come on, Claressa. You know what you're doing. She earned that pettiness. She worked hard to get that petty shit going. Because I got to say, man, it's looking mighty. How could you say ungrateful? You know what I'm saying? Like, you seem a little ungrateful. I have to tell you, Claressa seems a little ungrateful. Or should I say a lot. Let me brush my beard on that pettiness. She petty as shit. She says she ain't petty. She tired of Claressa's bullshit. I mean, you know, so you get petty. You dig in the mud for a second. Look, it happens to the best of us, okay? It happens to the best of us. And she's a fighter. She listened to what Claressa says. And Claressa Shields is a very important woman right now in the sport of boxing. So Claressa is making a real legitimate argument that she is the greatest woman of all time. She's a multiple-time undisputed champion. Claressa Shields' name carries weight. It's not like just any old body is talking bad about Laila Ali and acting like her daddy wouldn't respect her. Like hell no. Man, where did she say? Look what she said.
It's been directed towards many people time and time again. Now, before we started our interview in Colorado, she said to me, "You're the name people say when it comes to women's boxing. You're the face they know. I want that to be me." Now, looking back after everything that's unfolded, it seems pretty calculated now. Like she was waiting for the right moment, the right excuse to finally do what she'd already made up her mind to do. I mean, that's how it feels now. She told me she saw me as the face of women's boxing, and she told me that she wanted my spot. And she's been on a mission to ruin my reputation ever since, simply because she heard me make a comment that was not about her and she took it personal. Fast forward to 2018, I was promoting my cookbook, Food for Life, and went on The Breakfast.
Got a point there. Claressa Shields Laila got a point there. Listen, man, she on that hating shit, man. I'm sorry. I got to ride with old girl right over here.
36-minute interview, and when the topic of boxing came up, I actually mentioned her and made positive comments. Then much later into the interview, I was asked about the possibility of a comeback.
You ever get back in the ring just for fun?
You still train?
I stay training.
Got you.
Yeah, I got a little baby six-pack right now.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I have a heavy bag hanging in my. I just turned 40.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
No.
Amazing. I know. I just turned 40. I can't believe it either. And because I think of my healthy lifestyle, the fact that I train all the time, I could pretty much do anything I wanted to. Well, I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
How did you and your husband argue? Because he can't, usually you could say something slick, but with you can't say that slickness.
You was on the Food Network's Chopped.
Yes.
And you won.
I did a couple times.
So what brings you more joy, winning in the ring or winning in the kitchen?
I just like to win, period. Definitely boxing is my first love, and
Now look, to 2 cents point, this chick is arrogant as shit. Like, ain't no joke. Laila Ali is a very, very arrogant woman. Like, She knows she a bad broad and acts like she won. Yeah, she got an ego, like she got a big ass ego. Hell yeah, that's what's a shot? Hold on, what's a shot? How is this a shot? Hold on, what's a shot?
Ability of a comeback.
Would you ever get back in the ring just for fun?
You still train?
I stay training.
Got you.
Yeah, I got a little baby 6-pack right now.
How's that a shot?
Yeah. No, I have a heavy bag hanging in my. I just turned 40.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
No.
I know. I just turned 40. I can't believe it either. And because I think of my healthy lifestyle, the fact that I train all the time, I can pretty much do anything I wanted to. Well, I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
How did you and your husband argue? Because he can't,
That's a shot.
You could say something.
That's a shot. Now that's a shot. I don't think there's anybody there that they can give me a good challenge. That's Claressa Shields. Ali is a big woman. Shields better be glad Ali is older. She's a big ass woman. That's a big ass woman. Hey man, that girl is like my size, man. That woman is like no joke. Laila Ali look like she's smaller than me, but like Laila Ali is a legitimate 200 pounds. Like legit, she could walk around at 200 pounds and you wouldn't think you would not think Laila Ali was overweight at 200 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a shot right there. I don't think there's nobody that can fuck with me. But, hey, that's a shot at everybody, though. But it was a shot at everybody. It's a shot at Franchon DeZorn Cruz. It's a shot at everybody. It was a shot at everybody.
But with you can't say that slickness.
You was on the Food Network's Chopped.
Yes.
And you won.
I did a couple times.
So what brings you more joy, winning in the ring or winning in the kitchen?
I just like to win, period. Definitely boxing is my first love. And, cooking is something that I'm super passionate about.
Gotcha.
It'll be a part of my life forever. I'm not somebody who sits back and complains about things. I think everything happens in due time. You got Claressa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. She's a young black girl, came out of Flint, Michigan, lived a hard life, went through a lot. She went to the Olympics, won twice.
Hold on.
In the Olympics.
Club.
That's the same conversation.
I did a 36-minute interview, and when the topic of boxing came up, I actually mentioned her and made positive comments. Then much later into the interview, I was asked about the possibility of a comeback.
Would you ever get back in the ring just for fun?
You still train?
I stay training.
Got you.
Yeah, I got a little baby 6-pack right now.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I have a heavy bag hanging in my. I just turned 40.
Wow.
Hey. Phoenix said Laila the same size as Roy Jones and had 87. She bigger than Roy Jones, bro. Hell no. Laila Ali is bigger than Roy Jones, bro. Roy Jones ain't as big as Laila Ali. Hell no. Laila Ali bigger than Roy. Bigger than Roy. I mean, Roy may Laila Ali 200 pounds. I don't think Roy walking around 200 pounds, bro. I think Roy probably walking around in his 180, 195 something. Man, Laila Ali walking a good 5'10 and a half, 100, 200 pounds, bro. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm about to say, because she walking around about 200. She got about 200 on her, dog, for sure. 200 on her.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
No.
I know. I just turned 40. I can't believe it either. And because I think of my healthy lifestyle, the fact that I train all the time, I can pretty much do anything I wanted to. Well, I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
How did you and your husband argue? Because he can't, usually you could say something slick, but with you can't say that slickness.
You was on the Food Network's Chopped.
Yes.
And you won.
I did a couple times.
So what brings you more joy, winning in the ring or winning in the kitchen?
I just like to win, period. Definitely boxing is my first love, and cooking is something that I'm super passionate about.
Gotcha.
It'll be a part of my life forever. I'm not somebody who sits back and complains about things. I think everything happens in due time. You got Claressa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. She's a young black girl, came out of Flint, Michigan, lived a hard life, went through a lot. She went to the Olympics, won twice. Women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics when I fought. She actually fights at the weight class I fought in. And she's doing great. Women's boxing is getting some good attention. Now,
Hey, see, she was in the same interview. She brought her name up and was like, and talked about Claressa Shields. Wow, man, I think that's a point scored. Man, Empress, thank you so much. Claressa is tainting the image of real queens. I do have compassion for her. She is running her career she's ruining her career, as is Lamont Roach. Pride and ego will destroy you. Empress Sovereign Heart, thank you so much. And thank you for everybody that supports the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Remember, at the time, we were on good terms. She was reaching out to me and referring to me as Big Sis. But this was her response.
I watched the Breakfast Club video with Laila Ali. You know, I have so much respect for her, you know, and I like her. I actually call her my big sis, but it was so many shots thrown. Like, if y'all really paid attention, you know, her saying, oh, there's not nobody good enough at 168, my weight class, that could give her a challenge when I'm the #1 in my weight class. And, you know, I'm just like, you know, nah. And, you know, I just feel like, you know, she gave props where it's due, but, you know, she also spoke on how, you know, what I'm doing for women's boxing is great, but it's not great enough for her. When it's like, we got two different goals and sets in life. You know, me winning 2 Olympic gold medals is just the beginning. You know, even when she was boxing, she never fought on Showtime, HBO. I fought the main event on Showtime. I don't know how many times now. You know, fastest woman to win a world title. I did it in 4 fights. You know, and yeah, you can say, oh, the competition isn't there, and this.
Nah, they want to make people hate them. It's the same way Bill marketed Devin. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't think Bill marketed Devin in a way to make, no, I don't think that. I think that's a little off, 2 Cent, because they didn't market, Bill did not market Devin in a way to make people hate Devin. No, people wound up hating Devin because of the shit Devin did. Devin was marketed as a good kid, a good guy, and Bill as the father, the dedicated father. No, they were going for the good guy. You know, they were definitely going for the good guy. They were. And all of this shit is from, and all of this is definitely from Laila Ali's point of view. So you got to pay respect to both sides of it.
The girl wasn't that, but like I did it up in 4 fights, and so the girl that Laila Ali fought wasn't, you know, that great either. I mean, like, I'm the best female boxer that I've ever seen, and, you know, if Laila Ali wants to come back, we can rumble, we can go. You know, this is not like, oh, I'm gonna step away. Like I respect her and everything, but, you know, you're not gonna come back and beat me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this can happen. You know, I just don't like the disrespect. And this is my last video too about this. You know, I never
Man, this some catty shit.
used her name to try to be like, you know, try to call her out of retirement. It's basically like she talking about she come out of retirement, she just gonna beat me if she decided to.
Now, of course, I didn't respond to this, but I noted it. For someone who hardly had any experience as a professional boxer and who was supposedly looking up to me, for her to think that I would even call her name in a conversation about me fighting or making a comeback was silly to me. Especially since I had literally told her that I retired from boxing because I didn't feel inspired or challenged anymore by the level of competition that was available to me. We had that talk. So I learned a lot about her character and her mindset. She took what I said out of context and made it all about her. I decided I was no longer going to invest time or energy into her. But she, on the other hand, she took it straight to social media, started comparing her boxing skills to mine, making negative comments about me, and pitting herself against me in a fight. A year later, I was doing press for my show Homemade Simple on OWN, so I went on Sway Universe, another syndicated national show with millions of listeners. We were talking, he asked me about boxing, he asked me about her, I said positive comments as usual, then he plays one of her visits.
Are you watching women's boxing today?
Oh yeah,
you like Claressa?
I do. I like.
Yeah.
I think that she's a talented fighter, and she has the opportunity right now. The stage is set, you know. So now she just has.
I don't think that was a shot. In 2018, she was at 148. Let me see. No, I think she said she's in the weight class that she used to fight back. You literally said nobody is good enough to fight you. Yeah, but she's not. Yeah, but 2 Cent, she's not talking about Claressa Shields. She's just saying nobody's good. She's not thinking about her like that. I think that I'm kind of. Nah, I think Claressa Shields putting too much into it.
Do her thing. I
talk about her
specifically. Like, if she wasn't complimenting her specifically, like, she went out of her way to bring Claressa Shields up and said there's a really good girl. She's a 2-time Olympian. Basically, Claressa Shields was early in her career at the time. Back in 2018, how long was that? 8 years ago? In 2018, let me see something. Claressa Shields I don't know. Let me verify how old she was in 2018 before I even say what my opinion can be. I got to go to see where she was at the time. 2018, she turned pro in 2000. Basically, 2017, she turned pro. So she was a pro and had in the, what is this, 2018, right? She had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She only had 8 fights at the time. She only had 8 fights at the time. I don't think she probably wasn't talking about her because she was probably talking about the girls at the top of the divisions at the time. I don't know what division she was fighting in, but I think it says 168. She wasn't at 148. She was at 168. She's never been at 148. She's never been at 148. Man, she did like a 20-pound jump, though. She got to work herself back down, I guess. Yeah, she started at 168 and was there at the time, but I don't think, well, she might have been at the top. She was, yeah, it depends on when it was. She won her first title and she won her 68 title in 2017, so she was a world champion at the time. I think, I can understand why she might get frustrated with that. I can understand that.
Made simple, Aaron. Saturdays, 9 a.m. on the OWN network. Okay, it's an incredible show. I had Claressa here, right? I asked her who does she think will win and you against you in your prime and her now. And this is what she said.
She's not cut like me. She don't take the challenges. Like, she didn't fight against Ann Wolf. I fight against the best and beat the best. And if Laila Ali was to come out of retirement, I beat her too.
That's not anything I haven't heard before. First of all, she's supposed to feel like she's the greatest.
Absolutely.
But just because you think you are doesn't mean you are.
Okay.
I like to support and uplift people, and I think that on your way up, just do your best not to disparage those that have come before you. First of all, she could never beat me. Okay. Let me just get that straight right now.
You want to get that straight, Laila?
Let's get that straight right now.
Okay.
And not simply because she's not strong enough, okay, because I would definitely knock her out, but because she's not talented enough to beat me. It's a sweet science to boxing. The reason why you have not been able to knock out the opponents that you've already faced, I can totally see it. Why? But maybe if you would have been a little more respectful, and I'm not talking about thinking you can beat me and call that, do all that. I'm talking about just trying to, she didn't do this, she didn't do that. Yeah. I don't respect her as a boxer. I only respect her as a businesswoman. I've heard her say that before. I was always there for her because she's a young black girl from Flint, Michigan. Yeah, Flint. And I want to help uplift her because that's the Ali way. I am successful in so many areas outside of boxing. Boxing is not what defines me. There's always going to be another girl. But I tell you what, when I offered her to spar me, that definitely was a check right there to see. Let me see what kind of heart she has. You should come whoop me just for bragging rights. And she didn't take me up on that offer. I said, okay. And let's put this in context. I'm only talking about this because you're asking me.
She's done a ton of interviews since then, and she's always saying I disrespected her. Now you've seen.
All right, so you brought up the sparring to say she didn't want to spar with you, so I can see why Claressa Shields would get pissed. You could have swept the whole thing under the rug right there. She added a little bit to it. See, I don't find Laila Ali to be 100% innocent in this stuff. Layla's using it for herself as well. These people are asking Laila questions. She's answering it. So this is a good back and forth. I think these guys might be fighting. I think this may wind up being because on the real, Laila was a world champion at the time. Or I'm sorry, Claressa Shields was a world champion at the time. Laila said that there was nobody in there that she could see that could challenge her. But she, of course, is never going to say that somebody can challenge her. That's how she's going to be. Just like that's how Claressa's going to be. Anyway, too bad they can't actually fight. Yeah, that is a dope-ass picture of the dude, isn't it?
What she's been referring to. So she felt justified to go on a tirade. And of course, she's twisted the story over the years and taken my comments out of context. Now, according to her, I just started talking about knocking her out just out of jealousy. Now you've seen what I said, what she said, how this started, and you can see she pitted herself against me in a fight. Now, I know some of this younger generation may not be familiar with me, but I've never been one to just talk about things I can't do. When I said that I would knock her out back in 2019, it wasn't any different than what I've said to anyone who's challenged me in the past. You can go back and look at tape on me. That was not just talk for me. It's what I did. TKO, KO, it didn't matter. I was going to stop you. It wasn't going to a decision. And if you didn't belong in there with me, I was going to get you out of there. That's just facts. That's not disrespect. That's boxing.
Hey, 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 hey. I ain't gonna lie, dog. She was thumping them gays. She used to thump them girls, man. She really did. I ain't trying to hear Claressa always hating on somebody. She thinks she is so perfect. Hey, man, it is what it is, man. I respect Claressa Shields. Why didn't Claressa just reach out if she felt like it was shade instead of running to the internet? Because that's what they do, man. Fighting strippers and stay-at-home moms. Hey, like, man, Claressa is fighting strippers and stay-at-home moms. You kidding me? Come on, man. What do you think Claressa fighting? Hold on, man. I got Claressa shit right here. I got Claressa shit right here. All right. She in her first fight. Who is this? Sylvia Zafadis has 18 and 20. Come on, Claressa. There's nobody to fight in those weight divisions. Come on, we got to be fair as far as it there. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. Them strippers out there fighting, dog. They trying to get paid. They got OnlyFans. I know you good too, sir. I'm just saying, hey, them strippers can throw. You know what I'm saying? They been, man, come on. They can fight, man. Them strippers can fight. They the main ones. Man, if you ain't, man, exactly who you think that AA got to be a high number of strippers throwing hands, bro. Mm-hmm. For sure. You know what I mean? Laila got pretty privilege. Laila just gets so much pretty privileges, bananas, bro. She got pretty privileges for days with y'all, man. Y'all got to see through it. See through the pretty. See through the pretty. He said strippers strong as fuck. Hell yeah. They got them leg locks around them poles. Hell yeah. You better watch out. Hell yeah. Trying to tell you. I ain't trying to mess with them. I'm in love with a stripper. Contrell says she can do no wrong in my eyes. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. She look like she's my cousin or something. Like, I ain't feeling it, man. I can't do it, dog. I can't do it.
In 2020, I did get to a point where I was ready to get back in the ring and show her why, even though she is talented. I said it back then and I'm saying it now, but she could never outbox me. High-level promoters did reach out to me directly, and we had some serious conversations about me making a comeback. Now, of course, she was never even involved in any of those discussions. Then COVID happened, you know how that was, and it all went away, and I left it alone. Now, here is just a small glimpse of the narrative that she's been building over the years.
But I feel like Laila Ali has always been kind of envious of me. I'm just so accomplished in women's boxing, and she never got that due diligence and that respect. So to see me getting it kind of pisses her off.
Get that due diligence.
So you look at who she fought. Her biggest test was freaking Vonda Ward and Christy Martin. And Christy Martin weighed in at 140 pounds, and Laila Ali was 160. Like, how are you making matches like that? So Laila Ali is a hater. That's it. Nothing but her being a hater and her being, envious of my success and what I've done for women's boxing. And she feels.
Man, let me tell you something, man. I guarantee that Laila Ali is not jealous of Claressa Shields. I guarantee you that girl, Laila Ali, that woman, I'm sorry, she's not a girl, she's a woman, that woman, I guarantee you that woman is not jealous of Laila, of Claressa Shields. There is probably a lot of people that are jealous of Claressa Shields. I don't doubt that. A lot. Because she has a lot of things that are jealous that you could be envious of. Jealous and envious of her her two Olympic gold medals. Envious of her multiple time undisputed championships. But one person I do not believe for the life of me is Laila Ali. Laila Ali strikes me as being one of the most arrogant human beings to float. You know what I mean? Like her ego floats her in. She floats into the room on her ego. You know what I'm saying? It's like what you said about Floyd. What is that? I don't remember what I said about Floyd. She have absolutely zero reason to be jealous. Yeah, not that one. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, said who is going to end up winning in life? Sports are cool, but life is really where it counts. I mean, look, I think Laila Ali is doing terrific in life. I think Claressa Shields, by all signs, symbols, is doing well in life, doing very well in life. You know what I mean? One has just been rich her whole damn life and beautiful her whole life and gotten pretty much what she's ever wanted her whole life. And at the same time, used to beat the shit out of women for money. So it's going to be kind of hard to mess with her arrogance, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, about Floyd and Tank? Yeah. Yeah, 2 Cent. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like her? No. Like, you just got to understand, there's some people that are really not going to get jealous of you. Once they've achieved a certain amount of things and they have certain attributes, man, the girl is gorgeous. Like, seriously, like, she's better looking than Muhammad Ali was. And he was considered to be very, very handsome. And she's look what the men are doing. Look what the men do with her. And she's damn near 50 years old. She ain't feeling jealous of you, homie. Trust me. And she's looking down at you. And that's another thing. As far as that fight goes, man, that jab and that straight right ain't no joke. Bop works really, really, really well. You know what I'm saying? 1-2 works a lot better than you think it does. And that girl's a big ass girl who knows how to punch because she's always been punching. That's why I would say even with her, it's like, you know, the girl knows how to fight. She didn't just pick up boxing and like, okay, no, she already knew how to throw a punch. She was taught how to throw a punch. That shit's in her to know how to fight. Big Dog Willie said Tank beats Jake Paul with reverse neck breaker facts. What up, Big Dog Willie? How you feeling, brother? Hope you're doing well. I'm pretty. I'm a bad man. So great, I don't have a mark on my face. I mean, you know what I mean? And shit, that girl, exactly, don't got a mark on her face. Got a bunch of professional fights with a bunch of knockouts. Man, just because it was a long time ago don't mean she wasn't somebody that you had to worry about. Because for real, she's her and Savannah Marshall, she'd have knocked Savannah Marshall clean the fuck out. I do believe that about Laila Ali. Laila got straight punches. That's why she gets knocked out. Exactly. This shit right here, bro, works a lot. That works. You know what I mean? That, and she's heavy-handed. She's like, I will knock you out. And she's big. She's so much bigger than the problem that Claressa Shields would have with Laila Ali is that she's so small. Like, I know Claressa Shields got weight on her. Like, she's strong, but at the same time, bro, that's a big-ass woman, bro. Martin Johnson said, at least Tank don't tell the world all of a sudden Floyd not that good because they don't get along. Claressa's telling straight lies. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm a top line. Laila Ali is more talented now. Laila Ali definitely is more talented than Claressa Shields. Definitely more athletically gifted. That chick was a stallion. That is a stallion right
Like,
there.
she deserves that credit because everybody kind of give it to me now. Like, and I think that she's like, but, you know, I'm an Ali daughter and I boxed before her and I'm 24-0 with 21 knockouts, and she kind of, you know, want people to keep acknowledging her. She's retired.
She's retired.
And
She's
been
probably
retired for a long time.
43.
I hate when somebody else try to take somebody else's shine, somebody else's attention. You know, it's like, she's, you know, nobody was trying to take her attention when it was her time. Undisputed champion. She's never been undisputed. And people are comparing me to her, and she gets offended. When it was like, to me, I thought it was a good comparison because I feel like I box way better than her. And for them to be saying that me and her are equal or whatever, she should have been happy because of that, because they're giving her more props on her skills, which I feel like she didn't really have that much. But, you know, whatever. Yeah, we had Laila Ali. Respect. But she can't do for women's boxing what I'm doing. I'm gonna be different because I'm gonna give my blessing.
Special K said Laila a bum fighting bums. Yeah, and Claressa is what is Claressa fighting bums? Oh, Claressa fighting bums now. Hey, let's not act like 168 pounds got a whole lot of women in 168 pounds. They don't. If you want to know where all the competition is, all the competition for women is down at 100 and like 147, 135, 130, 126. That's where most of those women are. That's why Claressa doesn't have a lot of people to fight. Levy Rockwell said, back at you, Ohio, represent, love watching your show in the morning, my man, everything up. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. And look, and a shameless plug for support. Thank y'all to everybody that supports in the Super Chat, the Cash Apps. Thank y'all so much. It really makes a huge difference to the channel. I believe Claressa is just a little pressed because Jake Paul has come in and raised more money for her sport than she has. Now, that is one type of observation, and that would have been petty, but I'm glad she didn't do it. She too big? Who's too big? I'm just saying, like, Laila's too big. Laila big, man. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Laila big, man. Laila to fight at 160. Let me put it this way. Laila fighting at 168 pounds. Laila would have to be bone dry, looking like an anorexic to get down to 168 pounds. That's a big woman, bro. 168, I don't think she can do it. She ain't gonna fight nothing less than 190 pounds. She ain't gonna fight. I'm telling you, she's not gonna be fighting no less than 190 pounds. I mean, especially at the age she's at, man, you know what I mean? Title shot in 4 fights. Who fought bums? I mean, of course she did, because there's nobody in those weight classes. Women's boxing is not very deep. Even though I do believe that the amateurs, the fact that they have an amateur career, I do believe that it makes probably for more fundamentally sound fighters, you know, because they went through the amateurs. And Claressa has a much bigger amateur pedigree because there wasn't really much amateur boxing for women at the time.
Or I'm gonna let a girl take her blessing, and what that means, I'm gonna fight the young girls coming up, and if they beat me, now they're the best. That's how you do it. My advice, Laila, is you will look a lot better, and people will stop calling you a hater and calling you jealous and old and bitter.
Now, here's the thing. This is a live stream from Claressa Shields. She's not being asked about this. She's doing this shit on a live stream. Laila's like 47. Oh, Shields too big for 47. Whoa, yeah. Way too big. Yeah, she's way too big. That's where all our competition is, though. All the competition really in boxing is down in those weight classes. Where you got people like, where you got those UK fighters, you know? I'm just saying, man. Hey, there's a lot of the hate going on now. Yeah, she got that attitude, man. They violent people, them Ali's. Laila do have to be careful about taking that fight. Shields is good. Yeah, but she ain't gonna hurt her, though. I mean, let me tell you something, man. Laila Ali could fight Claressa Shields if they had $20 million for it, and Laila Ali wanted to fight Claressa Shields. They could make a lot of money, and Laila Ali's not going to get hurt. You don't really have to worry about it because they're 2-minute. First of all, there's 2-minute rounds. 2-minute rounds. The most they would be fighting is 10 2-minute rounds. Women's boxing is like, you know what I mean? It's 1/3. It's 1/3 as strenuous. Let me say it that way. 1/3 is strenuous. Let me go through this. Then I'm gonna hit the link.
If you actually stop hating, bro, you will look better if you was to support the black girl from Flint who made it out the trenches to where she at now. You will look a lot better. She wants to try to make it still seem like she's somewhat relevant in women's boxing. When people give her props about how she built up women's boxing, And I just don't feel the same way. What really did you do for women's boxing? Like, you let it die. You let it die for 20 years, and then I had to come and put in all this extra work to get it to where it is now. I think that wasn't fair, and I don't think that she was as big as a pioneer in women's boxing as she thinks she was. Because I would never do that.
You would look better if you was to support the black girl.
Dog, there's never been a bigger name in women's boxing than Laila Ali when Laila Ali came to boxing.
From Flint who made it out the trenches to where she at now. You will look a lot better.
She wants to try to make it still seem like she's somewhat relevant in women's boxing. When people give her props about how she built up women's boxing, and I just don't feel the same way. What really did you do for women's boxing? Like, you let it die. You let it die for 20 years.
What you really do for women's boxing? You let it die. What was she supposed to do? What do you mean? Shit, what did you really do to women's boxing? You made it die. Women's boxing never died. You let it die. I mean, like, what was she supposed to do? That's crazy.
And then I had to come and put in all this extra work to get it to where it is now. I think that wasn't fair, and I don't think that she was as big as a pioneer in women's boxing as she thinks she was. Because I would never do that. I would pass the torch.
There are hundreds and hundreds of women who have participated in the sport of boxing over the years. They have all made a contribution in their own way. We don't need to argue over who's done more. That destructive crab in a barrel mentality is exactly what we don't need in the sport. Here she is on a recent podcast explaining how she's passing the torch and that she has created a blueprint for success, which she is now sharing with other female fighters. She says that the number one thing they need to know is how to build their brand.
I actually promote a woman fighter, and I'm giving her all the jewels and stuff that I know so she can get her big paydays too. It's a blueprint now on how you make $1 million, even if you don't have the gold medals. The biggest blueprint is build your brand.
Oh, she must have forgot years ago she recorded this and said that I gave her the piece of advice that she is now referring to as the most valuable piece of information that you need to be successful. But supposedly I didn't support her and I didn't want to pass the torch.
Laila Ali told me to build my brand, a good brand, and a brand that I want to represent and stand for. And she said have good people behind me who I trust.
So this whole idea that she started about me being jealous because of her accolades and her surpassing me, do you realize that for years, fans have believed that there's so many fighters that are better than me? I mean, they have more titles than me. Multi-million-dollar fights are happening, more money than I ever made, more money than she's making. So I guess if I'm supposedly jealous of her, I must be hating on them too, right? Nope, I actually celebrate other women's success. I have relationships with those women. We have mutual respect.
Hey.
Give her props about
More titles than me, multi-million-dollar
That's
fights
a big
are happening,
ass
more
woman,
money
bro.
than I ever made, more money than she's making. So I guess if I'm supposedly jealous of her, I must be hating on them too, right?
Look at the size of that chick. Hey, man, that is a big ass woman, bro. That's what I'm telling you. That's difficult right there. Just the sheer size of that chick is difficult, man. That's gonna be problems, bro. That's a good solid 205 looking at you, staring at you down your throat. Solid two something. It's a big ass one. Hey, dog. Y'all some thirsty ass niggas. That's a big ass woman, bro. She is huge. That's a big woman, bro. That's a big ass woman. Towering over Holly Holmes, man. Towering over Holly Holmes. Big Martin Johnson said, big fine woman. Big fine woman. That's funny.
Nope, I actually celebrate other women's success. I have relationships with those women. We have mutual respect. It's all love. She's the only
big woman. There you go. Oh,
one
girl.
who decided to make herself my opposition. And she has created this drama and she's kept it going for the past 8 years. People came to know her because she kept calling out my name. She's obsessed with me and she literally cannot keep the name Laila Ali out her mouth.
Yeah, that's a big ass woman.
There are people who will say, she's confident, she talks trash. That's what fight.
Hey, say y'all don't fall for this. Look, man, hey, 2 Cent, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It really don't matter what Laila Ali says. They gonna agree with Laila Ali. I'm just 2 Cent. It's a battle. It's a battle Claressa really can't win. Not with no dude.
Yes, fighters talk. Nobody did it better than my father and me, and we backed it up. I've never had a problem with a fighter saying they could beat me or that they think they're better than me. That's expected. I don't consider that disrespect. But what I do have a problem with is a liar or someone who intentionally tries to disparage me in order to gain visibility and respect. As I mentioned in my interview on Sway, about 8 years ago, I offered her sparring during one of our phone conversations. I was like 40-41. It was just to give her some work. Well, she changed that subject and never took me up on the sparring. So when I mentioned it on Sway, there was a lot of comments from the public because people were surprised that she wouldn't have taken that opportunity. Now, can you imagine if she and I were to get in the ring and spar back then? You know, there would have been camera phones, it would have been recorded. She would have proof of what she could do and vice versa. So I guess after the feedback and comments that she saw, she felt the need to—
You know what's crazy? She said camera phones. She didn't say phones, phone cameras, camera phones. Let me loosen my shoulder up. Sorry.
take it to social media and put out an excuse.
I don't sway that if I was so tough that I would have sparred her for brownie points. I am a 2-time Olympic champ. Only thing that matters to me is what happened outside of practice. She talking about practice. Take it to Ellen Iverson. Talking about practice. I don't care about sparring nobody. I'll get in there and spar and work with anybody. All I care about is fighting. But like I said, she don't really care about women's boxing.
So that was her response. Why sparring? It doesn't mean anything. But many years later, she comes up with a whole new story.
And the thing is, she keeps
Laila snotty.
saying, one time she asked me to spar. Let me tell you this.
What the fuck is up? What is up, Ashley's Corner? Seeing this last night, Claressa has a history of stabbing women in the back that helps her. This is the second time for not. What is up, Ashley's Corner? I was thinking about you this week. So good to see you. 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 Exactly. They said, Fanan, you know she old school. She said camera phones. Yeah, dog. She said camera phones, man. You know that. She was like, you know, that's just like she say doll baby. She say doll baby.
Jason Crutchfield was my eyes and my ears back then because I was naive. I don't pay attention to stuff. Jason had already told me back then she feels some type of way. Coming in, gold medals and doing your thing, he was like, she feels some type of way. But she's still embracing you though. And I said, okay, whatever. But I had mad love for her though. So it was like, the closest thing to Muhammad Ali is Laila Ali. So I love this girl. You know what I'm saying? And looked into her, took her advice and everything. He said, when we going down here, because she had appointed me to give Muhammad Ali the Liberty Medal in Philadelphia. Now that when she asked me to spar, I said, you want to spar me? And that's when it was more of like a, dang, I hate that coach was right about you. I'm like, okay, well, we can spar when you want to spar. I got my stuff in the car. She like, no, it ain't like that.
I know what happened. Her coach wanted to get some from Laila Ali. Laila Ali probably blew his ass off, and that nigga didn't like Laila Ali and trying to get her gassed up, and people around her trying to get her gassed up about Laila. Oh, Laila really don't fuck with you. Laila trying to keep her. It's like, yeah, oh yeah, that's why she got worse when she started hanging out with the top rank crew. Who was that? You talking about? Oh yeah, Lord, she got terrible with the top rank.
I'm more about, let's not talk about it, let's be about it.
Now, you know that was a flat out lie. We know that if that were true, she would have said it years ago when it first was mentioned that she wouldn't spar me. There is absolutely no way she would have passed up the chance to tell everyone that she called my bluff and I backed down. Now, can you imagine if she and I were to get in the ring and spar back then? You know, there would have been camera phones, it would have been recorded. She would have proof of what she—
Wish she had the same energy for Ann Wolf back in the day. Austin's finest. Spoken like somebody from Austin, Texas. She does talk about Ann Wolf, and she said in the next one of these that she's going to talk about Ann Wolf. Oh, yeah, she tried to talk like Shakur. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Anyway, continue.
Could do, and vice versa. I did an interview with Andre for his podcast too before I had a chance to see her episode. And if you go watch her interview, everything's I think this, somebody told me that, no facts. I need you to understand how deep this goes with this girl. Now I know she's on a constant search for validation. She needs to feel important, and it's obvious she's fixated on me. But watch how she sits on The Breakfast Club, the same show she saw me on back in 2018 when I said I wasn't making a comeback. She goes on in 2020.
Jeep Red Boy in the building. Thank you, brother, for the big $10 holler. Thank you, brother, for that big time support, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, brother. Was that two? Did you do that twice or is that an accident? Nah, Jeep Red Boy hit me up twice. Man, Jeep Red Boy, you such a big supporter. Thank you, Jeep Red Boy. Big time hollers. Big time hollers. Hey, put a 1 in the chat if you're enjoying this show. Put a 1 in the chat if you're enjoying the show. I'm trying to have more interaction, offer you guys a little bit more, add a little bit more to the cake instead of talking out my pie hole all day. Laila talking about, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, cool. Y'all liking it? That's what's up. So we're going to do more. We're going to do more of it, man. I just got to make sure that I take enough breaks and or reacting to the great Laila Ali and the great Claressa Shields beefing it out. Kamal was here the other day. I did a video for Kamal. Shout out to Kamal Oz. Shout out to Kamal. That's what's up. It's my daily therapy. Cool. So as we continue reacting to this very funny part of it,
dragging my name for years and acts like she has no idea why I no longer support her or want anything to do with her. Now, she knows The Breakfast Club is a national show with millions of listeners, so she's careful not to say anything negative about me because that wouldn't fit the story she's trying to sell. Instead, she plays it safe so she can position herself as the victim.
Do I want to fight a 41 or 40-year-old Laila Ali? No. I want to actually her embrace me, I embrace her, and we build women's boxing to the place where it's supposed to be at. But I don't think she sees that vision. Like she doesn't show me any kind of support. Like I see her all the time commenting on this other boxer girl page, Katie Taylor, and always telling her congrats and everything. But then with me, it's like she don't show any kind of respect or acknowledgement. And I'm a black girl just like she is, who came up hard, and I have to been making my way forever. Like I made my own way. I wasn't handed anything. Just about supporting each other.
Right.
I want to fight a 41 or 40-year-old.
Instead, she plays it safe so she can position herself as the victim.
Do I want to fight a 41 or 40-year-old Laila Ali? No. I want to actually her embrace me, I embrace her, and we build women's boxing to the place where it's supposed to be at. But I don't think she sees that vision. Like she doesn't show me any kind of support. Like I see her all the time commenting on this other boxer girl page, Katie Taylor, and always telling her congrats and everything. But then with me, it's like she don't show any kind of respect or acknowledgement. And I'm a black girl just like she is, who came up hard, and I have to been making my way forever. Like I made my own way. I wasn't handed anything. Just about supporting each other. You know what I'm saying? But
I wonder why she wouldn't.
okay, so yeah. You doing a lot of fucking crying, Claressa. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Can somebody go get a fucking tissue for this girl? Man, she don't know you shit. You ain't giving her nothing. You steady on the show dogging her. Why in the hell should she support you when you over here dogging? And on top of it, man, yeah, she already backed up that she had supported her. But I'm telling you, funny, Claressa deserves this. You niggas need to stop lying. Hey, man, Claressa getting cooked.
No, like, did you say something about her back in the day?
I just think that in boxing, she feel like she never got her fair share. I feel like she never got to the point where she wanted to get to, and people recognize Laila Ali, but they always try to say like, oh, she only was big because of her dad, and they don't really give her props on her skills. I'm not one of those people. And then some people.
Now I gotta stop this. Ain't nobody says she only gets props because of her dad. I don't hear that shit. She gets props because she's fucking fine. That's the number one thing. I mean, that may be the second. That's probably the number two thing. The fact that she had a famous father, yeah, but the chick is fine as fuck. So that's the big problem with what she's talking about. Because, bro, Dog, she's really good looking. I mean, she's like exceptionally fucking good looking. That has a lot to do with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like she's like, you know what I'm saying? Like people looking at like, damn, that's Ali's daughter, but they ain't really tripping that that's Ali's daughter. They looking at that big ass, fine ass, 5'11", 200 pound. Damn, she's, you know what I'm talking about? That's what these niggas is doing. And that's what she had. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't think Laila can fight too. Laila will thump your ass up. Laila will thump your ass up. She's on camera thumping niggas up. You say what you want about Claressa. Claressa going the distance. Clarissa's like, who's somebody that likes to thump but don't ever get knocked out? She like a big ass Tim Bradley, but better. You know what I mean? Oh, I got you, Trash Talk Gaming, bro. Much love in the Cash App. I see you, Trash Talk Gaming. Let me get it real quick. I got to wait for it to refresh so I can see it. Big $10 holler. Thank you so much, man. Trash Talk Gaming for the $10 holler. Thank you so much. Yeah, a complete package, not half a package. Now she's like, yeah, that's a lot. That has a lot to do with it.
She didn't fight Ann Wolf, but me being a woman fighter, now I realize that it's hard to make big fights with other big women. It really is. So think about it. Back then, when it wasn't a lot of money, wasn't TV exposure, I kind of can see why her and Ann Wolf didn't fight. But people's story is that she was scared of Ann Wolf, and Ann Wolf would have knocked her out. And that's their story.
3 months later, she takes her mask off and she's back to her usual story.
Well, Ann Wolf, you were a better fighter than her. And I believe that that's where this whole beef started from. That, you know, I spoke on that. She hates whenever your name gets mentioned. She still to this day mentions your name. Say how you were scared of her, how you didn't want to fight her. And I don't believe that for 1 second. And she may have a bigger name, but that's because women's boxing wasn't supported how we are now. If Laila Ali came up in this generation, she would not be known. Nobody would know of her.
Damn. Hold on. Ashley's Corner says, every woman knows a Claressa, and that's not a good thing. She's trying to start beef. He said, every woman knows a Claressa. Every black woman knows a Claressa, and that's not a good thing. God dog. I swear to God, everybody knows a fucking Bill Haney, and that is not a good thing. Everybody knows a goddamn Bill Haney, bro. Everybody knows a nigga like that, man. Gotta try to be slick in everything he fucking does. Always gotta be. I hate them niggas, man. I hate them niggas. And I know what you're talking about, dog. I know what you. That's why Bill get on my nerves, because it's like, man, you don't stop playing me stupid. If y'all don't stop playing me stupid, like seriously, man, like I want to throw hands with niggas like that. Like every step of the way, the niggas trying to get over on you, bro. Like every card game trying to get over on you, bro. Trying to while you going to the store, the nigga trying to get over on you, bro. Stop trying to get over on everybody, man. Claressa was just mad all the time, bro. They got little baby girls act like Claressa. Man, I swear, man, I swear. There's a little girls that walk around with the attitude of 70-year-old women, man. I guarantee you Claressa Shields has had this fucked up attitude since she was about 4-5 years old, bro. Just mean. Just decide they gonna beat up the world because somebody says something bad about them. You know what I mean? Oh, and it gets a little bit later down the end of this, man, it gets worse, bro. Nah, she ain't from Atlanta. She from fucking Detroit. Flint, Michigan. Nigga, she from Flint. She's from Flint. She's from one of the most podunk, dirty-ass cities in the world. I've never even been to Flint. No disrespect to Flint. But my understanding is that Flint was kind of nasty. Like you can't drink the water. And, you know, Flint don't got the best reputation in the world, man. He said Claressa, the girl with the little ponytail, beating people up at school, beating up niggas she likes. Yeah, Flint had the water crisis. Yeah, man. He said Claressa, Bud, Shakur, and a barrel of crabs, man. I'm just telling you, man, she wilding out, bro.
I know for a fact you would have put Laila Ali ass to sleep. So just because you couldn't do it, you didn't have the opportunity because, she didn't want to sign a paper to fight you. I'm letting you know now. I'm going to kick her ass for the both of us.
Yeah, we all know Laila ducked it and Wolf. We know that. We don't got to. She know that. Everybody know that. It's literally written, I think, somewhere.
Now, I've seen this before with Ann Wolf, another fighter who used the same playbook. Both of these women have a lot in common in terms of the way they've been able to get visibility for themselves by using my name and making up lies. Since I'm in the season of pulling skirts, I'm gonna go ahead and pull hers too, and I'm gonna do another video on her next. That lie that I would not fight her has been told so many times as if it's a true fact. So I'll be gathering my receipts on her too, since she wants to start talking again. This one is so detached and delusional that she actually praises my father while trying to trash his daughter.
Now listen to this shit. I gotta go with her on this. Dog, that is her dad. That's her father she talking about. Like, that's so detached. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just detached.
Yeah, we had Laila Ali, but she can't do for women's boxing what I'm doing. Because I kind of feel like God wants me to be like the next Muhammad Ali. Because I kind of feel like God wants me to be like the next Muhammad Ali. I think it's Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, me. That's it. Learn from Muhammad Ali. If you don't validate yourself
Many times as if it's a true fact.
Wow. Dog, I would be so irritated if I was her.
Many times as if it's a true fact. So I'll be gathering my receipts on her too, since she wants to start talking again. This one is so detached and delusional that she actually praises my father while trying to trash his daughter.
Yeah, we had Laila Ali, but she can't do for women's boxing.
Claressa has 17 fights. Think she might have one no contest. Nope, no contest. She has, god dang, she's 17-0 with 3K. She's 17-0 with 3 KOs. She's 17-0 with 3 KOs. Muhammad Laila Ali has more knockouts than Claressa Shields has fights. But Claressa started fighting for championships right away. 3 knockouts. This is crazy.
What I'm doing. Because I kind of feel like God wants me to be like the next Muhammad Ali. Because I kind of feel like God wants me to be like the next Muhammad Ali. I think it's Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, me.
She said she thinks it's Muhammad Ali, Floyd, then her. Laila got like 24 knockouts, I thought. That's what that was. Hold on one second. I'll see what Laila got. I forget. Laila Ali. Fighters. She beat Stingen. 24-0. Yeah, so she's going to have 20 knockouts. She'll be 24-0 with 24 knockouts, with 20 knockouts. She be stinging. 5'10", 70-inch reach. It's a big-ass chick. And yeah, the record's up here. What am I doing? Yeah, she has 21 knockouts. She has 21 knockouts. What up, Phoenix? He said, looking at this and supporting Claressa is the same thing as supporting Haney or Bud Buddy's lies. Laila was 24-0 with 21 knockouts. Thank you. Yeah, that's some like other level hating going on right here, dog.
That's it. Learn from Muhammad Ali. If you don't validate yourself first, nobody else ever will. You know, if she wants to be like in the public and keep her name tied to mine because I'm young and popping. Right now, it's my time. And she wants to keep her name connected to mine. Listen, Muhammad Ali would never. Her daddy would never. Her daddy would never.
Maybe she don't have that in her genes.
Now, what father would embrace someone like her or want to be associated with someone like her while she's trying to tear down his very own child? My father was the greatest of all time because not only did he have a beautiful, one-of-a-kind style in the ring,
Look, man, this is finna get savage at this point. Man, what up, Soul Glow? What up, man? Thank you for the $1 holler, man. Thank you. And Berweezy with the $20 holler said, been a minute since I caught a live, just showing support. Berweezy, man, thank you so much. Let me give it big time love, bro. Thank you so much for the support. All y'all in the Cash App, for real. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Let me, for everybody in the Cash App and the Super Chats, thank y'all for supporting, bro. Big time, big time.
He was also a remarkable individual outside of it. He used his platform to uplift and inspire people. He carried himself with integrity, kindness, and grace. He was someone our community could be proud of, and he represented us well.
About to get low-blooded. It's about to get low-blooded.
You know what my father would say? She's a generic wannabe. My father would not want to share his name or image with her. She does not represent anything about him in the ring or outside of the ring. Now, many of us, including myself, had high hopes for her. I supported her. I sent her off in the right direction. But she...
Two Cent. This is petty as hell right here. This is petty as hell right here. Petty as hell right here. Petty as hell right here.
Has become a disappointment. She is a horrible representation of both the sport and our culture.
Beneficial. Fuck them if they win against you. You don't need some bitches with you. Her man ain't got no balls, so you know he's big little. Knock them.
And she wants to keep her name connected to mine. Listen, Muhammad Ali would never. Her daddy would never. Her daddy would never. Maybe she don't have that in her genes.
Now, what father would embrace someone like her or want to be associated with someone like her while she's trying to...
Hell no. Laila Ali is petty as hell. Petty, classy, and petty at the same damn time. There ain't no way in the world. Man, come on, man. How's she gonna do her like that, bro? Try to tune she ratchet. That's shit's rat. Somebody in the chat said ratchet. Somebody in the chat said ratchet. Ratchet. Somebody said, hey, Laila finna post to be petty. Hey, Laila finna post. I swear, hold on, man. I swear, hold on. That's the shit's petty.
Tear down his very own child. My father was the greatest of all time because not only did he have a beautiful, one-of-a-kind style in the ring, he was also a remarkable individual outside of it. He used his platform to uplift and inspire people. He carried himself with integrity, kindness, and grace. He was someone our community could be proud of, and he represented us well. You know what my father would say? She's a generic wannabe. My father would not want to share his name or...
Hey, dig.
She does not represent...
Dig. Hey, hold on a second. Dig this. Dig the attitude, bro. When she does this section, the attitude going into this section is such a dog. That chick is... I don't care. You can take the girl out the hood. You can't take the hood out the family. That is some nigger-tude coming out of her, dog. Oh, my God. That shit is hilarious, bro. That is hilarious, dog. The attitude.
He was someone our community could be proud of, and he represented us well. You know what my father would say? She's a generic wannabe.
She's a generic wannabe.
My father would not want to share his name or image with her. She does not represent anything about him in the ring or outside of the ring. Now, many of us, including myself, had high hopes for her. I supported her. I sent her off in the right direction, but she has become a disappointment. For her, I supported her. I sent her off in the right direction, but she has become a disappointment.
Dog, you cannot tell me Laila Ali is not the pettiest. That shit is petty, 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 petty. Fucking five
She
times.
is a horrible representation of both the sport and our culture.
Beneficial. Fuck them if they win against you. You don't need them bitches with you. Her man ain't got no balls, so you know he's big little. Not them fake hoes, do it for the real women. I ain't fucked this nigga 2 years, still bitching. Girls who think they just so pretty and just because they born.
Bro, this hating right here is out of.
Disappointment. She is a horrible representation of both the sport
That
and our
attitude
culture.
is there.
Beneficial. Fuck them if they win against you. You don't need them bitches with you. Her man ain't got no balls, so you know he's big little. Not them fake hoes, do it for the real women. I ain't fucked this nigga 2 years, still bitching. Girls who think they just so pretty and just because they born light skin that they just all that. That they can come on people's shit talking shit. I look better than you. I look better than you, so you can get off my shit. Light skin, red bone.
That's nasty right there.
Yeah, get your funny looking ass up out of here. I don't play with these hoes.
You have a clear picture of what our relationship was and what exactly happened in the past that led to today. Now, do you believe I'm jealous of her accomplishments? So in part 2, I'm going to discuss that $15 million offer and finally answer the question everyone wants to know. Will I be coming back to boxing to get that knockout? If you want to know when part 2 drops, turn on your notifications.
Bro, that was some of the pettiest shit. Congratulations. Let me put a link in the chat. If anybody wants to make a comment on this, you are more than welcome to hit the chat. We have dedicated this show to women's boxing. So this has been a good show for about almost exclusively women's boxing. And I thought it was very entertaining. Thank you to Laila Ali. Let it boil with the part. Hell yeah, she let it boil with the part 2. Coming at you with a little of the stuff. Expose her while being classy about it. Oh, yeah, she did. Since she would be such a star today with social media, Laila came at the wrong time, man. Laila been rich her whole damn life. Laila Ali been rich since the 1970s. How old is she? Think she was born in she was born in the 1970s, like late 1970s, something like that. Mid to late 70s, something like that. If she's 47, something like that. Yeah, like late 70s or something like that. King of Hayden in the building. What up, King of Hayden? How you feeling, King of Hayden? What's going on, man?
It's a Feel Good Friday. You know what's up?
It is. It's Friday. That's right.
I'll say this. I don't think Layla's petty. I really don't. There's a reason why. No, I know it's something that people have a hard time seeing and picking up on whenever any type of dispute is mostly verbal. and there's no physical to it. And that is that anytime there's beef, it doesn't matter. Like there's one person who started it and one person who's responding to it. And in this case, Layla's the one responding. Like it's the same thing. Like if somebody run up on you and like, smack you upside the head, and then you turn around and whoop them for it. Okay, in in general, people can tell, oh, that's self defense because they see the physicality. When it comes to words, it's different. You don't see that physicality, and it's easy to say, "Oh, well, they both doing it. They both being petty. They both talking about each other," and that's the whole thing. Like, you can't go ahead and assign blame to both sides. Like, if somebody get tired of some shit and you keep doing it to them, and then they finally respond, it's not pettiness. It's like, yo, they tired of your ass, and they want to make sure you shut the fuck up for good. Which is where I feel Layla's going with this. Like, look at look at what she done said on the Breakfast Club at the time of that interview. That interview was like January 22nd or 23rd in 2018. So it was like 2 weeks after Clarissa's fifth fight is when that interview on the Breakfast Club happened. So Claressa is 5 fights in. And Layla says, I don't think there's anyone that will be a challenge. She said, I don't think. She didn't say definitively there is nobody at all. She said, I don't think there's anyone that could be a challenge to me. And then Claressa want to go ahead and nitpick that, even though Layla just finished in that same interview complimenting her, like, man, look what she did in the Olympics, 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Look at what she's doing in boxing right now and everything like that, giving her props. But then she want to go ahead and nitpick that because she said she don't think anyone would be a challenge for her. She came back knowing that she's a whole lot bigger than Claressa, and we know that Claressa ain't got no punching power. So there's that too. So we're gonna say that, oh, in the same interview that was directed at Claressa. Like, come on, that's just looking for a reason to be upset, which is the same type of bullshit that Shakur did with Tank.
Shit, to the Shakur, I'm calling it every time. I was like, this kid is gonna win. Does this give it to Shakur?
Oh, there's a lot of parallels, and because Claressa is part of the Bud Buddies crew, like the stuff that they do is all the same. Like they want to create fake beef out of nowhere. Like, listen to this. Like, okay, she said that she always be uplifting Laila Ali when she went on the Breakfast Club. She always respect her skill and stuff. But then at the same time, she was just saying, "Oh, she fought like a girl. I knew at 14 I could beat her." You know. But at the same time, talk about, oh yeah, I've always been uplifting her, flip flopping back and forth. Like, oh, you get on a certain platform, you're gonna give her praise, and you're gonna do like an IG video or get on live or go on some other smaller platform and you talk shit. And ain't that the same shit that Shakur be doing? He said that he been in beef with Gervonta Davis since his 9th fight, but then 5 years later, taking pictures with Tank after the Rolly Romero fight, and then come back to talking about, oh, I don't like him. I don't even know why we started beefing in the first place. People want to act like it's my fault, but he over here do it. And so it's like, okay, they flip flop and they say one thing one day, one thing the next. They don't got consistency or integrity. And Claressa doing the same shit. So now we can't go ahead and be mad at Layla because she got to a point where she's like, okay, I'm tired of this. I'm gonna go ahead and dead it, and whatever happens, happens. Like that's the same thing. Like you run up on somebody's house, you banging on the door, they tell you to leave, and you kick the door in and say, hey, you better get out or something's gonna happen to you. And you pull out a hammer and charge them, and then they pull something out and put holes in you. Okay, you're gonna say that the person who put holes in you is petty after they don't give you chance after chance to correct yourself? Like Layla's gone a long time without responding to Claressa. The same way that Tank done went a long time without responding to Devin or Shakur, any of the other people that hating him, but everybody want to trip when he snap out on Twitter on somebody. And it's the same thing here. People tripping on Layla because she finally saying something about it. So people was mad at Chris Rock when he came out and did that stand-up talking about Will Smith a year later after he got slept. Like that's why people always want to get mad at the person responding instead of talking to the people who doing the shit talking. Why is it like that? So that's why I don't think Layla's being petty. Claressa brought it on herself like for years. Since 2018, this is 8 years later. Like, come on, eight years of talking shit. You saw Bill and Devin spent 10 years doing that with Tank. Like, man, it's at a point where it's like, man, if people have been out here talking hella shit for 10 years damn near, a decade, and if somebody come out and say something one time, are you mad at the person who's responded once versus the people who've been talking for years? That's wild to me. That's wild to me. And that's what I got to say about it.
What's on your mind, Hunter Young? What's up, people?
This whole thing is so funny to me because I know it means absolutely nothing, and I know both of them are kind of trying to stay relevant because Laila, she know damn well she ain't had to do this, but she did it. It's like, well, you know what? Why not do it? I might as well get some shine too, because it's so, she could have let this go, especially if she's not really gonna come back in the ring and do anything. So I think she could let this go. So that's crazy. Oh, but one thing, I know this has nothing to do with them. I got this crazy conspiracy with Shakur, Lamont Roach, T.O., and Tank. Follow my crazy logic. Yesterday, Lamont Roach, I guess it was yesterday, he said that Shakur, and he and Shakur were about to basically fight, but Shakur dropped out to fight T.O. because it's a bigger fight. And I'm like, no, I don't think that's a bigger fight because Lamont Roach is very hot right now. Ramos, he's very hot. And I said, plus both of them are so attached to Tank that if they fought each other, people will really want to see just to see the fight and say, oh damn, Shakur beat Lamont Roach. He can beat Tank. They're going to, even though the triangle theories really don't work, they're going to make, everybody's going to do it anyway. So I'm like, well, why would Shakur tell Lamont Roach that? I was like, yo, if I'm Shakur, I'm going up here, I'm beating the shit out of Lamont Roach, and then I'm talking gang of shit to Tank. You couldn't even beat this cat. I beat him down, I 12-0'd him, whatever. But I'm like, yo, Shakur doesn't want that. And that's my conspiracy. And I know I'm talking crazy. But Shakur doesn't want that. I think Shakur doesn't want to take the Lamont Roach fight because either by winning or by losing, and mainly by winning, that he's going to actually, that puts him even more pressure to fight Tank, or Tank puts more pressure on Tank to fight Shakur, because it's like, well, Tank, Shakur took care of your work that you couldn't take care of. But that's my conspiracy. That's why I think Shakur really doesn't want to fight him, because I don't think he indirectly doesn't want to put that pressure on Tank to have to fight him. But yeah, that's my crazy conspiracy.
Can you summarize that again? I'm sorry, I was confused.
So basically, I think Shakur is not wanting to fight Lamont Roach because by beating Lamont Roach, it puts pressure on Tank to fight him. And I think he doesn't really want to fight Tank.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's an interesting take. What's your take on that? We got Be More Bully. What's on your mind, Be More Bully? That's interesting.
MOB, money over belts. What's going on, Phenom? What's up, Phoenix? Hey. What's going on, brother?
You know.
Hey, man. I laughed all day yesterday, all last night. It's hilarious, man. It's hilarious. She definitely getting her medicine. And it's been a long time coming. You know what I mean? It's a long time coming. Enough's enough. I'm glad she pulled out the receipts. She put it all on the table and said, look, this is what y'all calling a grope. Come on. No class at all. No class at all. You know what I mean? Claressa just has no class at all. I'm just tired of her opening her mouth. I was tired of opening her mouth when I started. I used to like Claressa Shields, right? And I was like, damn, she's good as shit in the ring. She is good as shit in the ring. You know what I mean? But I'm like, yo, what is wrong with you? Outside the ring, you know what I mean? She's just, I don't know. She needs some help. That girl needs some help. Yeah, she definitely needs some help. Something is definitely wrong with Claressa Shields. But I'm glad Laila Ali pulled her card. You know what I mean? She's supposed to pull a card. She been the graceful one. She has it. She could have been did this, but she didn't. She said when the thing came up about a fight, she said it had to be 15 or 20 million dollars before I even consider thinking about coming back to boxing. She heard she want $15 million. Let me go find $15 million. I could finally be validated as the greatest woman of all time if I can beat Layla Ali. Layla Ali don't need you. You need Layla Ali. Allah, but Crawford needed Spence. Allah, Shakur needs Tank. You see the parallels to that? Their playbook never change. It's the same thing. All you do is just change the people that's in the discussion. That is their playbook. And seriously, I believe that it got to be like my man Dean by any means say, it's Bill Haney all along. It's like one of those Scooby Dooby Doo episodes where at the end he'd be like, and I would have got, and they reveal who the culprit was. And the next thing you find out, it's the person you least would expect. You know what I mean? And they pull the mask off. It's Bill Haney. It was Bill Haney all along. This crazy playbook. Because they the ones that started. But then again, she said she went on and she paralleled how she took her model that she gave her on her building her brand up. And this next thing you know, years later, she taking it and saying, this what I would tell women. I came up with my own. I'm like, come on. Come on. Man, I'm glad Layla Ali eated her. She deserved it. She needed it. She needed a reality check. She needed to sit down, shut up, get a fight, and keep making money. Because having a cut man like Papoose costs money. And I'm
Having
going
a
to land
cup,
it
man,
right
like
there.
what?
Having a cut man like Papoose costs money.
Is he?
Yeah, he ain't
I
making
thought
money off his freestyles no more.
Papoose ain't a rich rapper. He's not a rich rapper. He
Oh,
ain't
no.
making.
Papoose may get royalty checks off of songs that he wrote for other rap artists because of copywriting, because he may have had his lyrics copyrighted before he sold them to whoever has it and whoever performed it. But hey, that's just my thought on it.
I don't know
Instead
if
of
we ever
chasing
heard
after
of
Tank,
Papoose concert.
I don't think we ever got back to Hunter Young's thing. Do I think? What do I think about Lamont Roach and the fact that Lamont Roach decided not to fight Pitbull Cruz? I mean, not to fight Lamont Roach and instead to fight Teofimo Lopez. That I believe that is a step away from clearly a step away from a Gervonta Davis fight. Because one, if he fought Lamont Roach, that's for 130. That's at 135 for his belt. Because Lamont Roach was only going up to 140 after he fought Lamont Roach. Before, if he would have fought Gervonta, he'd still be at 135. So if those guys were going to fight, he basically chose, instead of giving Lamont Roach a shot at his belt, for him to take a shot at Shakur. I mean, to take a shot at Teofimo. But I'm telling you, man, I think that also was a calculated effort to avoid guys like Sabril Matias and Gary Antoine Russell, because the fact of the matter is that, like, as Be More Bully David likes to say, or just was speaking, man, it's a fucking playbook, because Teofimo Lopez don't look right in the head. Just like Ryan Garcia wasn't acting right, didn't look like he was right in the head going into a fight with Devin, and he was like, I don't even know if this guy's serious. Right? Same type of situation is with Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez doesn't look like he's training hard, like he's really focused and trying to become a better boxer. He's really looking like he just is, trying to be a celebrity. So Teofimo Lopez, even though there's the Ring magazine belt that he says should be on the line for it, and lineal championships and whatever, the WBO belt, it's still him taking advantage of a guy that doesn't look focused and doesn't look like his head is all the way around, all the way in the game, instead of him fighting a guy like again, like Sabril Matias or somebody like Gary Antoine Russell, or him being offered the Lamont Roach fight. That's me. That's my take on that. If that makes sense to you. Give me 1 second, 2 Cent. I'll put the link in the chat. Yeah, so I think, I don't know. I don't believe that. I won't say that I don't think Shakur wants to fight Gervonta, but he's not acting like that's his direction he's trying to do. Maybe he's just taking Gervonta at his word that Gervonta Davis says snatches and doesn't want to fight him, and maybe that's why he's doing it. But he was doing that before Gervonta Davis said that, when he went over and he signed that deal with Eddie Hearn. So, yeah, Hunter Young, I agree with you. 2 Cent in the building. What's up, 2 Cent? You there, 2 Cent? Can't hear you, 2 Cent. You got anything on that, Hunter Young? I mean, is that cool, Hunter Young? Yeah, 2 Cent.
Right.
Oh, my bad. My bad for now.
Oh, no worries.
What's up? The whole Laila Ali, Claressa Shields situation. Y'all know I'm a huge Claressa Shields fan. I personally always kind of thought she was tripping with the Laila Ali thing. Like, why you keep calling out Laila Ali? Like, I don't understand why you even want to fight her for real. That fight makes absolutely no sense. It's just as bad as Jake Paul and Tank Davis. Like, why the hell would Laila Ali is 47 years old? I can't understand why you keep calling out Laila Ali. Now, with that being said, we cannot sit here and act like Laila Ali has not been taking shots. It's like y'all don't see through what she be doing. Like, you're not gonna say, she said in the interview, nobody could beat her and nobody this and that, and ain't nobody worth coming back for. And then she gave Claressa Shields a compliment. Like, y'all don't see through that. Like, y'all don't understand when competitors talk what they be meaning. And that's where I think the disconnect is, because I've been an elite athlete damn near my whole life. So I know when somebody is challenging me, even if they're not saying it directly. Now, she could not have been necessarily challenging her, and Claressa Shields just took it and ran with it. I get that, and she did too much. But if y'all listen to Laila Ali, she's always saying nobody's better. Oh, she went to the Olympics twice, but they ain't had the Olympics when I was around. Like, y'all don't hear that? Like, I don't understand that. But I feel like Laila Ali did cook Claressa Shields in that video. However, that shit was petty. Everybody keep talking about how classy it was, and it wasn't classy, y'all. Laila Ali is just as bad as Claressa Shields. She made a 30-minute video clipping and piecing all of that shit together. Like, come on, y'all. Y'all don't see through that? I'm not defending Claressa Shields. I'm just saying that Laila Ali is being just as petty. She's just not as ratchet and as loud with it, and she wrapping it up in this fake classy bow. No, she's doing the same thing. But and also what I wanted to say about Shakur Stevenson, Fanon, I was on my live the other day, and I'm going through his tweets because I was looking for the tweet where he sneaked this Jerron Ennis, and I come across some tweets where he talking about how he didn't take the Zepeda fight serious, he didn't train, and somebody was like, you took that fight serious. He was like, nah, basically I trained at the house. I ain't even trained at the gym for the fight. And I'm thinking in my head, like, and of course you had the Shakur Johnson bouncers coming on my panel trying to defend this. But I'm thinking in my head, like, you didn't train hard for your quote unquote toughest fight, your toughest opponent. So your toughest opponent to the public is somebody that you didn't even have to train for real for. And I'm thinking, like, why? And that's why he almost knocked you out, like your daughter say, because you didn't even train for real. And that's why you didn't look as athletic as I thought you would look. You didn't look as fast as I thought you would look. Because I was like, I thought Shakur was faster, more athletic. Like, I just felt like he should have had a better performance. And when I was saying this, people were saying I was hating. Y'all remember when they was talking about the rope-a-doping and the shoulder roll at the same time and all this great stuff they was trying to say, act like Shakur was doing in this ring when he wasn't. He was bullshitting. He didn't even take the fight serious and have a.
Which fight was that?
Which fight? The Zepeda fight.
He lying. Because if he's not taking it serious, then how he break his hand 3 days before the fight is what Turkey said. That's why he out the rest of the year. How you hurt your hand training for a fight you're not serious about?
And I'm questioning, are your hands really hurt like that? Because My thing about the hand thing and why I kind of give it a side eye is because why would you let the boxing public know how injured you are? I don't understand that. That don't make no sense to me. You may let them know, oh, I got an injury, but you icing your hands after the thing. Like, I just feel like it's some type of deception there somehow, maybe. Like, I just keep my eye on it. But if he turned down that Lamont Roach fight and then him and Teofimo Lopez don't end up fighting, then I'm going to feel kind of like what Pete Hunter is saying. Like, you're not really chasing Tank like that. Because if you were, you would fight his ex-opponent, kind of like how Lamont Roach doing. Lamont Roach going straight to the pit bull fight. And if you don't fight Teofimo Lopez and you end up fighting Joe Cordina, I'm not gonna take Shakur serious no more.
Oh, 2 cents. You know what it is about the hand injury? Remember that interview he did with Radio Raheem right after the Padley fight? He said he wanted his hands to be all the way healthy and good whenever he fight Tank. So, if you keep on having these hand injuries, that's what that's tied to. Because if his hands is never healthy, then he never gonna take the fight. But he gonna keep on talking like he wants it. That's the thing.
But Shakur has said when he said Shakur be on some nonsense. When Shakur said that, well, he didn't know, like he said, well, if I sign with the PBC, I don't know if they're gonna shelf me because I might not fight Tank until 4 or 5 fights down the line or whatever, something like that. I'm like, so you expect me to believe that Jay Prince and Samson? What is that other guy? Samson? I don't know who the other guy is. I don't know who the other guy. I don't know who the other guy is with his team. But you're expecting me to say that they wouldn't negotiate that into the contract of Tank being first. And if you did that, if you had them negotiate in the contract that Tank was going to be your first fight, and Tank was like, nah, I don't want that, then you could really paint Tank as a duck. That's a trap. I don't understand why he did. I don't believe in one instance that he didn't want to sign because he was going to be shelved, knowing that you have lawyers and you have your manager to mitigate all of that and say, nah, we want this fight first with Tank. That's why I'm like, yo, he's talking crazy to me.
Crown the best. What's up, man?
How you doing today, Fanon? Good morning, chat.
I'm well, brother. I'm well, man. What's on your mind?
So I'm sorry to say I don't never disagree with you on anything, but I don't feel like Laila was slick shotting her. I don't feel that's just not the way I feel with that being said. Like, cause that would be equivalent to like, let's just say Muhammad Ali and Floyd Mayweather were the only two. Muhammad Ali retired and Floyd's left in boxing, and he says, "Oh, they're not even in the same weight class. So how is it the same? Like, I don't see how you slick shot somebody and y'all don't fight in the same weight class. I don't see where the slick shot was there."
I mean, she just made a 30-minute video putting together the clips of everything she said. Like, that's not normal. You know what I'm saying?
You know it was funny.
It was she cooked Claressa, but my point is, you're doing you know what I'm saying? It's like
the action is petty. She's participating in the bullshit.
Yeah,
she is
doing the same thing. That's all I'm saying.
Video. Hey, I'll be right. Hey, real quick. I think that Snack got Shakur's hand fucked up as long as he's on it. His hands will never recover. That you think that Snack shit's fucking his hands up? I don't know, man. I think I might agree with Knockout Boxing and said, hey, man, you just keep talking about how your hands are hurting every fight because you're not necessarily performing the way you want to. Hey, man, that's kind of an easy out.
So I mean, but what question? Like, at what point do you say like enough is enough? Like, if I let you slick shot me 24/7, at what point am I supposed to respond without it being petty?
Look,
if you're not gonna fight her, why are you responding? Is how I feel.
You know what I believe though? She got her name in the mouth, so she got to respond.
I'll be back in like 3 minutes.
And you know what it really is? It's that Ali swagger, baby. Everybody loves that Ali swagger, baby. Like what they call him, the Louisville lip. When Ali go ahead and he get at him, motherfucker, yo, this shit is just hilarious. That's just that Ali swagger. And it felt good to hear it and see it, and I laughed my ass off the whole 30 minutes. I was like, damn, she just got ether. It was like listening to Nas digging to Jay-Z with ether for the
Yeah, for
first
sure.
time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, what y'all think of what Bachram said? It's finna, yeah, what y'all, yeah, 2 cents. What you think about what Bachram said?
What do you say?
Oh, you ain't see it? What he said about Boots?
That they didn't send. What do you say? They didn't send him an offer.
Basically, not well. No, basically, he was like, "Yo, you could afford me. Why you fighting Lima?" I mean, I'm very summarizing the hell out of it, but yeah, essentially, that's what he was like. Yo, it was on. It's a post on Ring Magazine or something. I saw it on something, and they were like, and people were saying, well, yeah, he could afford Bachram, despite Bachram being in negotiations or having a mandatory with Lubin or whatever, because
Right.
they said, and
Because
I mean,
Lubin
I don't know.
petition, right?
They said that he could have petitioned and they'd have bumped him over Lubin. So I mean, I don't know if how much of that is true, how much of that is false, but my whole thing
But
is
this
this:
is my thing. Like, do y'all think that Boots would have fought? I don't know. I'm not speaking for Boots, but I'm just saying, if I was in Boots' position, I would not fight for that IBF belt first.
Why?
Yeah, because they
Because
gotta
I
worry
don't
about the
want that
weight.
10-pound rehydration clause. I want to be in my full strength and weight at 154 pounds. I don't want to be stuck under that rehydration as soon as I get in the division. I wouldn't want to do that.
Especially Boots is a big boy. Especially because Boots is a big boy, big man. I shouldn't say boy because he ain't no boy, big man.
So at what point do you go for the title then? You wait a while?
I think his next fight should be. I think his next fight could be against the cat from Germany.
I don't know,
I
but I'm
mean,
saying at
but
what point do you
everybody
go for
keep
the
telling him
IBF?
to fight names, so he don't even got to really worry about titles. According to the boxing community, they want him to fight names.
Virgil's another tune-up. I don't care what nobody say. Virgil's a tune-up.
Yeah, Virgil tailor made to get. It's gonna be Mikey Garcia 2.0. That Virgil and Boots fight. He gonna get the career beat out of him. That's why I don't think Oscar De La Hoya is in a rush to put him in the ring.
You say he gonna get the career beaten out of him. Phoenix Assassin said 2 cents. She had to make a 30-minute video, and it could have been longer. It will be longer because there's 2 parts. She had to go through 8 years of Claressa hating. She's supposed to let it go.
Yeah, if you're not gonna fight her, what you talking shit for? If you're not gonna fight her, like, what's your point
I think the
of
retort is that she
responding
keeps
to
talking
any of
shit
this if
about
you're not
her.
gonna fight her?
She
Ain't no
keep
way
talking
you
about
gonna
shit about
keep
her.
right.
I
Ain't no way
think
you
it's a
gonna keep
combination. She wanted
slandering me.
somebody. I think she wanted some attention too. I think Layla wanted a little bit of
Yeah,
attention
she
on herself
and
too.
then you making a 2-part. Come on, y'all. You got a
Oh
part
yeah,
one, and you
Fanon.
gonna have a part
Fanon, did you
two.
hear my
Of course,
question?
she getting some clout off of this too.
Come
Yeah,
on,
Fanon.
I
Layla.
mean, listen, I
Layla
don't care
got
how.
dough.
I'm sorry. Look,
Layla got dough. She got money. She good. She got a Food Network television show going on right now. Layla is good. She got her seasoning company going on right now. Layla is good. Her husband is a retired football player. They got dough. They good. You know what I mean? She raising up her son that look like the splendid image of her dad. Layla Ali is good. She just tired of Claressa Shields tying her name to her. And that's the same that's going on right now with damn Shakur. Shakur say, I'm not going to talk about Tank anymore. Now all of a sudden you got Claressa running her mouth. Next, Bernie the boxer going to try to say some shit. You know what I mean? It goes around in the daggone circle with the B-side, with them B-side. You know what I mean? That's
yeah,
just how I go with them.
yeah, but before I
Good
jump off, like
afternoon,
I just
everybody.
good afternoon.
Hey, Tom, what's going on, brother?
I'm about to jump off, but I'm just saying, no, I don't care how retired I am. At some point, the slander will have to stop. Like, especially when I ain't done nothing but uplift you. I just, I couldn't tolerate it either. I don't care if I'm fighting you or not. Like, I would start pulling out the receipts too at some point. So, that's just my take. Y'all guys have a good one. I'm in the back.
All right,
All
brother.
right, all right.
Peace.
What's going on, Fanon?
Chilling, man. What's on you? What's on your mind, brother?
A little bit of everything, man. It's another boxing day. How everybody doing today? Hope everybody family doing good.
Yes, yes, Ari, Ari.
Can you hear me? You can hear me,
Yeah, we
right?
can hear you.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Well, nah, you can hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, man. What's
Okay,
up?
okay. My fault. Yeah, I wanted to respond. Did you see Bernie the Boxer saying that Shakur should be promoted like Duran Ennis? Like on the same level as Duran Ennis?
That Shakur should be promoted? Like, no, I did not hear Bernie say that. No, I haven't heard it.
Yeah, he say something every day, but he said Shakur should be promoted like Duran Ennis or whatever. But when you look at it, he does nothing in the ring that Duran Ennis does. So why would he be promoted like a Duran Ennis? But that is what it is. As far as Claressa Shields, man, I just think that it's a bad look for you to be something like women's boxing that already struggle to get views and certain looks and certain things and like that. For you to be going at Laila and starting all of this bullcrap when you should be bringing more attention to boxing in a positive way, so people can view female boxing in a different tone instead of these labels that they already put on black people, angry black women, and all of this and this, that, and the third, all this crap. So you kind of being a hypocrite at the same time. And like Laila said, she came with receipts, so it's like at the end of the day, y'all in two different eras. Y'all didn't fight each other. Y'all not fighting each other. It is what it is. But Laila was a legend. You a legend in your own right. So like, I just think we should just keep it at that, because all of the back and forth, like, what is that gonna do but distract people from not really watching the women in boxing that's really doing it the right way and making a name for themselves. Like you putting a negative light on the female boxing tip, but like, I don't know. That's just my opinion on it.
Can I respond to Anton?
Go ahead, 2 Cent.
I just wanted to say about the Bernie the Boxer thing. Something came in my head when you said that. Do y'all remember when Shakur first went over to Matchroom and Eddie Hearn was like, "Oh, he's great and he's a star, and if he was in the UK, he'd be a biggest star, and Shakur should be a star. He hasn't been promoted correctly." Y'all remember he was saying all of that stuff, and then he got Jerron Boost Ennis, and it's like, it seems like he just threw Shakur to the wayside type of thing. And now Jerron Boost Ennis is the most talented fighter he's ever got, and they gonna do big things and this and that. And meanwhile, I don't even think Eddie Hearn has threw an event for Shakur Stevenson. He's been on the Riyadh season cards.
Yep.
So maybe they feeling like, like, what's up? Like, why am I not being promoted like Boots? Like, I was supposed to be a star too when I came over here. So I don't know if Shakur Stevenson is feeling that, like, okay, I came over here to be the star of Matchroom, but now it's Boots.
But 2 Cents, keep in mind, if the rumors are true, Keyshawn may be going to Matchroom. So really, Shakur won't really have any place to. He'll definitely be put on the back burner, because again, and I've been saying this about Shakur for a minute now. Shakur is too much of a technical fighter to have a lot of fans that aren't hardcore technical boxing fans. The casual fans ain't checking for him. So as a promoter, you have to get the fans what they want. And Shakur is really not something a lot of fans are going to want. Keyshawn is. Keyshawn's going to go in there and thump. Boots is, because Boots is going to go in there and thump. And this is why Shakur has to be very careful on taking a loss, because if Shakur takes a loss, I don't know if he can recover for that, because no one's going to really want to sign him, because they're like, well, we have other boxers that's more exciting that can step up and make us and should be able to make us money. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I think that's how a lot of promoters are seeing that.
But I believe that's the reason why he
kind of
backed
agree
up off
with you.
for that Roach
Before I
thing.
jumped on here, I literally just got off the phone with one of my buddies and was talking about the same thing. And I'm like, yo, Shakur just doesn't, like, when we was talking about the whole promoting him the same as Boots, and he was basically saying, like, they on the same tier as a fighter. And I'm like, they're absolutely not. You can sit there and say maybe defensively, Shakur, especially in that ring, but when it comes to his offense, it's very stagnant. He doesn't really press the issue. Like, you Shakur Stevenson, the type of name that people his fans like put him out there to be should never be in the ring with a Josh Padley or with the Hartunian. Like you shouldn't be in the ring with those guys if you that special, and then you struggling with these guys when you get in there. So it's like he has to be able to go in that ring and really make. I never seen no one respect Shakur in the ring, even after he was doing what he was doing to Valdez and Herring. Like they was still coming forward. They still wanted to continue fighting. Once he got to 135, it's been nothing but subpar performances. I'm sorry. Like, now, if he's going to show something different at 140 against some top talent, then I'm all for it. But I don't see his style changing. And it might be like, you know, he's being trained by his grandfather, even though he spars with a lot of different people and have legends like Bud and Andre Ward and them around him in the gym. But he basically, like you said, he's a technical fighter, and that's just not what these casual fans today are looking for. They're looking for some excitement in the ring. You breaking the guy down, hurting him. That's just not Shakur's style. He doesn't do that.
He's just not offensive. He's just not, and he doesn't have any
Shakur
power.
has peaked and he's on the decline. Nobody wants to admit it.
Damn, he's an
that's what's
undercard
happening.
fighter.
Damn, that's mighty severe.
Damn.
He's an
I mean,
undercard fighter.
think about his the competition he's fighting hasn't been getting better and better. He didn't even prepare for Zepeda. So think about how he felt about that level of competition he was fighting, or at least that's what he say. And then who he fought before that. Like, he's not, everybody keep acting like he's fighting all these people and doing that. But if you really objectively look at it, he's not doing that. Ever since he fought De Los Santos, it's kind of been like, If they were criticizing Shakur like they do Tank, what do y'all think that criticism would look like if they wanted to comb through all of his opponents? If they wanted to comb through all the vacant belts that he fought for? If they wanted to comb through and do all of that?
It would sound just like Phoenix the Assassin here every day. Phoenix does that shit on this channel for a half hour a day.
How is Teofimo a bigger fight than Lamont Roach right now at this moment?
Hey, real quick before you ask that question, if you wouldn't mind, hold that question and repeat it in a second. So deep, man. It's my best friend, man. One of my best friends, man. Of my earliest friends, man. We've known each other for, man, at least 50 years, man. At the very least 50 years, probably with 51 years, been my friend. My man, just because, by the way, I'll be in Austin next week, and that's what's up, man. I'm gonna hook up with you in Austin. And this time, if you in Round Rock, I'm a lot closer to Round Rock. I moved up north. I'm up north. Yeah, man, that's so deep. Man, that's a brother to me, man. That's my guy, man. Go ahead, 2 Cent. What was your question?
No, I was saying, like, people try to be like, oh, well, T.O.'s the man at 40. He's the lineal champion. Shakur don't get nothing if he don't fight Lamont Roach. You know, they jump through all these hoops, but I'm just like, if the issue is Shakur Stevenson and his value and putting asses in seats and doing all of that, would the Lamont Roach fight not assist him in doing that? If he beat Lamont Roach, would that not raise his visibility? Would that not raise his value? Like, all the things that's being said about him with that fight, in my opinion, would address a lot of those.
Yep. I think so too.
I agree.
That's why I was like, that's why when Lamont Roach said, well, Shakur told me that T.O. was the bigger fight. And I'm like, nigga, you fell for the banana in the tailpipe. Because ain't no way you should be believing that. Unless PBC was like, yo, we got you Cruz and just don't say anything or whatever. I mean, you know, maybe they had some back channel conversations, but off the top of my head, if Lamont Roach, if you had no idea about Cruz and Shakur told you that, it's no way you should have believed that in any form, shape, or fashion.
Why are you taking advice from Lamont Roach in the first place?
Well, no, it wasn't like that. It was Lamont Roach says he and Shakur was going to fight, but Shakur ended up getting a T.O. fight, which was a bigger fight. But my point is, Lamont Roach, you should never think anyone's a bigger fight than you right now.
But you know what I believe?
Wait, Lamont Roach told Shakur T.O. is a bigger fight?
Nah, Lamont Roach said, Lamont Roach was explaining that he would have fought Shakur, but Shakur fought T.O. because it was a bigger fight with T.O. That's what Lamont Roach is saying, that they would have fought, but that Shakur was his first choice, Pitbull was his second choice. And that the reason Shakur didn't take the fight was because he thought that Teofimo Lopez was the bigger fight.
Oh, so when is Lamont Roach? I mean, when is Shakur Stevenson and Tio fight set for?
We don't
It's
know.
not set.
We don't know.
Oh,
That
okay,
fight
okay.
not even listed.
It's a
That's the
done
reason.
deal, but it's not finalized. That's what they said on the internet. It's a done deal, but it's not finalized. So I don't know
Man, I
how
don't
you
believe
could
that
be
for.
done
And it's not final. What
and
are
it's
we
not.
I don't even
I
believe that
understand what
fight
they're
gonna
saying. They
happen.
probably just gotta, I can understand that where they may have to just, get us a couple of small things out the way. So it's
I mean, we
basically
learned
done.
synonyms in school, right?
That's true.
Those are synonyms, right? Done,
Mm.
final. Like, yeah, I take my final exam. So, like, well, I'm confused. But, I mean, hopefully the fight do happen. I ain't hating on the fight. I hope it do happen, though.
Now I think Shakur beat T.O. because I think T.O. I honestly think T.O. has so many personalities that when he's in the ring, his personalities are fighting each other to see who's going to fight that opponent that's really in front of him. Because T.O. is all over the place.
But you know
I just
what?
think it
I
depends
think
on what T.O. shows up. If a focused T.O. shows up, he's a dangerous fight for anybody. It just depends on which guy we get. That's the problem with Teofimo, but he has talent. He's special when he's on his game, but he has talent. And I mean, to be
T.O.
honest,
done.
you think that too?
you know what? You know what I'm
That's
gonna say
nothing.
though.
I don't want to hear T.O. because T.O. they can say what they want about T.O. T.O. is just does not focused on boxing. He's not focused.
Yeah.
And that's he's just doing a lot of clown shit. He's not look good. He looks like a distracted fighter, is what he looks like. And Shakur's trying to take advantage of a distracted fighter. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about T.O.'s
But-
Josh Taylor win? Because
Oh,
they
can we do
telling
something
me
real quick? And I'm going to try to do it myself. Can we stop talking over each other and put each other on mute if we're not? Because I don't want to mute anybody. But if you're not talking, let's hit mute and then unhit mute while we talk because there's a lot of crosstalk. So I'm gonna do it myself. Whoever's going to say something, go ahead.
I just wanna say this. For Shakur
I
in the
think
fight
Tucson
with
was going,
Lamont,
right?
for Shakur and the fight with Lamont Roach, I think Shakur, they talked to him in the background and he said, nah, I'm not gonna go that fight. Why? You have a situation where he's fighting the unknown. He never sparred Lamont Roach. You gotta keep that in mind. Everybody mostly who Shakur fight or fought, he sparred with him. He sparred with
Shakur sparred him.
Jamal.
Shakur sparred Shakur has sparred Lamont Roach.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's my
okay,
understanding.
okay.
Isn't that right, 2 Cent?
Yeah, but see, I don't know if he did.
you
Well,
muted
say
for now.
Yeah, it's pretty much. I believe it's the truth that it was that they sparred because that's why he said he knew that he was going to beat Gervonta because he had sparred Lamont. I think that's what Shakur said, isn't it?
Yeah, they've been in the gym together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I don't know if he. See, I think the thing is they don't want him to take that type of chance. You know what I mean? They don't want him to take that type of chance. Plus, you got a situation where you got again 2 counter punches going at it. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Style makes fight. You know what I mean? They gotta be able to carry that back and forth and dance together. But when it comes to T.O., I'll be very cautious. He been acting erratic, but that don't mean when he get in that ring that that switch is going to click. You know what I mean? And the next thing you know, he be looking like T.O. who beat up Lomachenko.
Yeah, I thought that was a close fight. But look, hey, what were you saying, 2 Cent? Because you were saying 2 Cent. I think Anton said 2 Cent was in the middle of saying something.
I don't even remember.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, but
Sorry
I don't
about
know. I don't know. Like I think, and this is what I'm gonna say, right? This is the conclusion I've come to. I don't think that it's Shakur that doesn't want to fight these people. I think that it's his team that doesn't want him to fight these people, and that's not making these fights. Because for whatever reason, they don't want him taking risk like that. People want to talk about Tank's resume, but seriously, Tank, who on Tank's resume with Shakur fight? Really? Do y'all think Shakur would have fought a Rolly? Do y'all think Shakur would have fought a Ryan? Do y'all, because even if y'all are these fighters not skill, because for some reason people think if you don't have this super high level of skill in boxing, you just can't win. And that's not necessarily true. These were still risky fights because if you got touched, you could get knocked out. And we don't see Shakur Stevenson take fights like that. And I think people are over it. Like they're really over it. He has the little, all the people with PhDs in boxing, like that's the fan base that he got. Because if you're not like a technical fan like that, you're not really watching Shakur like that. So I think that's hindering him also in getting a lot of fights because he's not able to generate the money that he wants to get these fights. And then the money that he wants only allows him to get a certain level of competition and a certain level of opponent. So I don't know what's next for Shakur. You got people literally out here saying he gonna be next up and no, he's not. He's nowhere near next up.
No, he's no. I'm sorry, I was agreeing with you. My bad.
Yeah. And people want to say, oh, wow, he not being promoted like Boots. Like, come on, y'all. This entitlement thing, like, it's getting old.
We like the technical aspect, like you're speaking about, two sentences, like look at Pernell Whitaker. Pernell was one of the most technical fighters back in the day, even Floyd Mayweather. But when they were in that ring, they knew that they still were in the entertainment business. Boxing is an entertaining sport. Sports are entertainment, period. So when you go in the ring, those fans that spent their hard-earned money, they want to see some type of entertainment in that ring. And that's what Shakur is struggling with because he's a great fighter. Don't get it messed up. He's just not very entertaining. So me being a promoter, I wouldn't promote Shakur more or even on the level as I promote a Jaron Ennis because Jaron is exciting in that ring. He does things that Shakur can't do. Like, he does things that a lot of fighters can't do, but we just talking about Matchroom right now. And like you said, the other guy, if Keyshawn was to go over to Matchroom, he would bump Shakur down the line even more because he's more excited in that ring. Shakur, it's like Shakur's in that same realm as a Richardson Hitchens. We know Hitchens is a technical boxer, but it's not really that exciting. It's just, he got a great jab. He hooked off the jab. That's literally it. He doesn't put his punches together real well. He don't throw a lot of combinations. When we see Gervonta in that ring, when we see the twitchiness, that explosiveness, that footwork, that hand speed, I just don't see that with Shakur. Like, it just seems like, you going in there and doing the bare minimum to get the job done. Like, that's just how I look at it. But that's just my point of view.
And I think that since, let's say Tank came out and he's like, I ain't fighting Shakur. What happened to that interest in Shakur now? Because I've been saying this whole time, he needs his own identity. And he doesn't have that. He does not have his own identity. He either tied to Bud, he either tied to Floyd, he either tied to Tank. And now that it's like, well, Tank ain't fighting him. So it's like, okay, what's Shakur's identity now? What happens to Shakur if Tank Davis never ever fights him? He's going to have to step up and fight some more of these competitive fights.
But like you said before, maybe that's what his managers are holding him from. Maybe they don't want him to fight those competitive and I like competitive fights because if he loses, he's gonna probably be no more good to them. So if you're his manager, if I'm Jay Prince, I'd rather get a piece of, I'm rather get my 3% of whatever he's doing on and be safe to get a 3% of nothing if he loses.
Hold on one second. Verzal Mason III. Before, I don't want to throw you out of here, bro. Good, but you spamming the chat. Fighters are avoiding Shakur. These guys know they can't beat Shakur. Sir, Shakur was the one that decided not to fight Lamont Roach. That's what Lamont Roach is saying. Lamont Roach said that Shakur decided to fight Teofimo Lopez instead of fighting Lamont Roach. So that would be a case of Shakur not fighting somebody, not of somebody avoiding Shakur. And if Shakur really wanted Gervonta, sir, he could go and beat the competition of Gervonta's, which would have been Lamont Roach. Because the next fight for Gervonta that people want to see, the real next fight for him, is the Lamont Roach rematch. If Shakur would have taken the fight with Lamont, beaten Lamont, he gets rid of the rematch for Gervonta Davis and puts him in a position where everybody's saying fight Shakur. And Shakur's really the best guy in the division. That's what Shakur could have done very, very easily. But he decided not to do that. He decides to leave the weight class. So that is not the first, but the second time Shakur has made decisions that move him away from Gervonta. Now, it's okay if you say, well, you're not doing something to move towards him. That's one thing. But if you're doing something affirmatively to move away from him, dog, I'm not buying it. That is people used to do that shit all the time. They will go beat the guy, like go beat all the guys that the guy wants, that, you know, beat all the competition around Canelo. That's what you can do. That's a way you get a fight. If you fight them, the Three Kings or whatever, that's why they all fought each other. They were fighting guys that the other guy fought. You can go fight Lamont Roach, and if you beat Lamont Roach, dominate Lamont Roach, then everybody's gonna be like, man, Gervonta, you got to fight him because you had a hard time with him, and Shakur dominated him easily. Instead of that, you want to go for the bigger fight with Teofimo Lopez when you're only one step away from being the rematch, from replacing Lamont Roach in the rematch fight for Tank. No, bro, you can talk all that shit about how great a fighter Shakur is, and I do believe Shakur is a terrific fighter, but his business decisions point him in the opposite direction of Gervonta, which is the same thing Terrence Crawford did with Errol Spence. At the end of it, though, what Shakur wants to do and what Clarissa's clout chasing ass, and I know I agree with 2 Cent about Laila Ali being petty, but Claressa Shields a hating ass, tear somebody down ass person, as is the other side of all this dump. Shakur Stevenson is as well. At least as far as talking about, you know, he's got integrity, this guy doesn't have integrity, but you're making decisions to go the other direction for the guy while you're still talking about him. I'm not a big fan of it, man. So you can chill on all that, Versal. You were saying something. I'm sorry, Hunter Young.
No, and I just want to say this real quick for now, how they hide behind titles. Oh, he don't have a title. He don't have it's either a title or money they hide behind to not do shit.
Now, don't get me wrong. What if Shakur goes to 140? He gets rid of T.O. because he's not gonna hurt T.O. or anything like that. He's just gonna beat him. My thing is, what are you gonna do now? Because are you gonna fight Gary? Are you gonna fight Matthias? Who are you going? I think Hitchens. Are you gonna fight? Who are you going to fight after you fight T.O.? Because if T.O.'s in his right mind, that's going to be a very tough fight for you. But after that, it's nothing but tough fights for you. Because Gary is quick, powerful, can knock you out with both hands, got angles, all that good stuff. And I think he's a southpaw, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep, he is.
And he's a southpaw. So you got to deal with a monster, because Gary's a monster coming at you. Don't let that Puello fight fool you. Gary went stupid in the Puello fight and lost, but he's still a very good fighter that you're going to have to deal with. So, you know, you can't just say, I'm going to go to 140, I beat T.O. and I'm the man. It doesn't work like that.
And you are now doing what just everybody was just complaining about at 135. You are now in a division again with somebody in Keyshawn Davis that you said you'll never fight. Wasn't that the plan in the beginning, for you to stay where you at and him to move up? So now y'all back in the division. So if y'all did become champion again, so now y'all moving up to hold up another division, right? And my problem with Lamont Roach is a type of friend that you don't need, because When everybody was calling him a nobody and was playing him and calling Tank, oh, this opponent, Tank was bigging Lamont Roach up. He was telling people in interviews he can fight. He's nice. He better than Frank Martin. He's more skilled. He get cracked. This, that, and the third. He was giving you props, whether he believed it or not. He was telling the media about you, and now you in the media telling a whole different story. That's why you got it. That's why I don't knock Tank for doing what's best for his career. Because if you sit back and listen to the stuff that he's saying, like, yo, whether I win, whether I lose, y'all fans and y'all dudes, y'all gonna switch, y'all gonna do this, y'all gonna do that. Y'all don't work. I was literally on the boxing channel and somebody said, and that could be his point of view. That man said, I'm a selfish boxing fan. I don't give a fuck how you feed your family. I don't care where you sleep. I don't care about nothing like that. I want to see the fights. So if you're taking that perspective, then why do you care about your perspective? That's what you said.
That's a good point.
Isaiah, what's going on, Isaiah? Are you there, Isaiah?
Could y'all hear me?
I can now.
Okay, cool. What's it called? How y'all doing today? Salute to the panel. Fanon, I got one.
Salute.
I got earlier when you were playing Clarissa's whack ass freestyle, Fanon, I saw you dancing. I know you didn't think that shit was fire, Fanon.
Hell no. I was just joking. I mean, you know what I mean? She's dropping. Let me see.
Man, Claressa got bars. Y'all gotta stop hating.
Said Ali, but they all
seen this before with.
That shit took me out, Fanon, I swear.
My father would not want to share his name or image with her. She does not represent anything about him in the ring or outside of the ring. Now, many of us, including myself, had high hopes for her. I supported her. I sent her off in the right direction, but she has become a disappointment. She is a horrible representation of both the sport and our culture.
Beneficial. Fuck them if they win against you. You don't need some bitches with you. Her man ain't got no balls, so you know his dick little. Not them fake hoes, do it for the real women. I ain't fucked this nigga 2 years still bitching. Girls who think they just so pretty and just because they born light skin that they just all that.
Oh, no,
They
I'm
come up with
sorry.
shit,
I'm
talking
sorry.
shit.
How to get this up
I
out
look
of
better
here?
than you.
Nah, you know
I
what?
look
I look better than you.
You know what? That's off topic because that was just funny to me. But so I just wanted to chime in on the Shakur. Now I'm gonna jump out. So I remember Shakur was throwing shots at Boots, and I believe strongly why Shakur's throwing shots at Boots, claiming that he's got balls when he's never had balls at 135. He's so jealous of Boots because he sees that Matchroom is putting that money up for Boots. He's already headlined, I think, 4 shows in Philly?
Can you give him a reference for why you think that he's hating on Boots? I think you're talking about that tweet where he said he went up straight up and weight. You think that? I don't necessarily know if he was necessarily talking about Jerron. He didn't say Jerron specifically.
He didn't, but
he was.
No, you know what? At this point, it's all speculation. But this is just something that I saw from my eyes, and this is just I thought to myself, I thought to myself, okay, so why is he talking about just jumping up and not taking tune-ups? Why is he? And I get it, people are upset that Jerron took that little tune-up, but I don't blame him. The dude's got skill, and plus too, Matchroom, they got bums. They got pure bums. But also too, it's just sad that Eddie hasn't even invested what he's invested in Boots for Shakur. Shakur's been the co main event. When in history have we ever heard of a co main event? Never. And the fact that they haven't even put that money up to put him out in Newark in a fight in his city says a lot. And that's all I gotta say. And I'm gonna hop right out, but I'm gonna be listening. Appreciate
All
y'all.
right, man. Get back, brother. Get back. All right. Anybody else got anything? I'm about to roll out of here in a second, man. Yeah, somebody got any? And you don't have to rush. I just want to know if you got something to say on your mind, get it off your chest.
Oh, Fanon, did you hear what I said about the Bakram thing?
The Bakram?
Yeah.
Bakram versus Aliev and what?
he basically was like, yo, why Boots could, he said basically high level, Boots could afford me.
Yeah, but you know, he's with Eddie Hearn, man. Eddie Hearn's going to be the one giving him a list of opponents that work for the money.
But guess what, P. Hunter? He wasn't saying that before.
Yeah, and that's what I was telling people. I was like, yo, but why did he say this sooner than later?
He was quiet as a church mouse when they was looking for an opponent.
2 cents. That's exactly what I said. I was like, well, why didn't he say this sooner? And everybody jumped down my throat. And I don't know enough about the IBF rules, and you can jump over this person and by petition and all that stuff to defend myself. So I was like, okay, I just tapped out.
Somebody said, see, Wiley said it ain't about light skin and dark skin. She just, hey, look, Claressa Shields ain't ugly, but she got an ugly attitude. Like, you know what I mean? It's hard to call. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's some people in there just fugly. You know, I don't think she's fugly, nothing like that.
You got to mute Anton.
And yeah, Anton, you got that bang, bang, bang going. Nah, man. The next reaction I'm gonna do is to that video with what's that channel name, man? God dog. The Exodus Files. The Exodus Files put an excerpt of Terrence Crawford and some about a before the Terrence Crawford fight. I'm gonna react to that one.
They got a new one?
Yeah, it was done before the Terrence Crawford fight. Yeah, like, look here, I'll show you for a second.
I think I did the latest one they had. I did that one.
I mean, it was like a month ago, I think.
Oh, okay.
The last one I seen from them was Devin Haney.
Sheik Chronicles is a segment that was taken from the documentary titled Horrible Influences. Watch the full documentary exclusively on the Exodus File.
I haven't watched
Same thing as a Haney's. And every time we get on Bill Haney's ass, y'all try to let Devin Haney off the hook because he has a soft face and he just seems so innocent when he does an interview. Y'all need to stop because I keep telling y'all it's both their asses. And now Crawford working out of their playbook. It's the way you selling it. Like boxing fans are stupid. Now I'm really about to deep fire you because just thinking about it pissed me off. You already got a lot on.
This guy be killing it. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a reaction. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. He has it up. Please go see it. If somebody can put a link to that, to his video in the chat, please do. Because I do want to put a link. If you can put a link to Laila's video in the chat, I'd appreciate that as well. Because yeah, you definitely need to go check out the video itself over on the channel. So anybody else got anything?
No, I'm all good.
You good?
Yeah, go ahead. Let you go.
Yeah, I'm out.
All right, y'all.
Yeah, I'll say one last thing.
Have a good one,
man.
Peace and blessings.
Certain performances, like with Shakur, the thing is, you gotta, in a sense, your promoter is gonna promote you, but it's your job to promote yourself when you're in that ring. That's the thing. Your promoter could promote you outside of the sport, posters, whatever, videos on their page. Your promotion is done when you're inside of that ring. It's about the performances that you put on and how you gauge the fans and what the fans see from you when they see you fight. So if he could possibly make himself more entertaining, just a smidget, then maybe things will go in a different direction for him. But I just don't see how he can get off of those undercards.
Yeah, he got to get away from Turkey, man. Go his ass over to PBC where they make him sell some tickets on the and be the main event, you know. But it is what it is. Hey, man. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Anton. Thank you, brother.
Hey, man. Have a great weekend, man. Be safe.
You as well, man. I'll be back out here tomorrow. I got to grind, man. I'll be back. All right,
yes,
brother.
Sir. I'll be here.
All right, peace. Yes, sir. Thank y'all so much for chopping it up with me today. This has been a complete and utter blast. Complete and utter blast. Make sure you guys go check out that Laila Ali video. David Lynch just put it up. It was terrific watching her do it. You know, he ain't lying. They need to be. That's ain't no lie. Anton's on the right. They need to promote themselves. But look, with that, I'm out. Deuces. Oh yeah, let me give y'all thank you to everybody that supported in that super chat and cash app. Thank you. D. Dre Official said, amazing show today. And until next time, that's what's up, man. I had a lot of fun. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'm out. Deuces.